Happy Monday evening. Welcome to Saving Throw. My name is Michael Holmes, and you've just tuned in to the exciting finale of Shadows of the Mirror Men, powered by Mutants and Masterminds, 3rd edition, available from Green Ronin Games. This has been a really, really fun ride. I'm very grateful to Saving Throw for allowing me this chance to tell a fun little story with some great people, and I'm super excited for tonight, and hopefully I won't kill you too quickly. I mean, no, that's what I meant. So let's go around the table, introduce the players. Tonight, we're going to start on my far right over here with...
Hi, I'm Eric. I'm playing Chuck. He's a strong boy, and he can't be hurt.
Well, he hasn't been hurt yet. Anyway, sorry. Next.
Wow. Hi, I'm Jody Houser. I'm playing Skylar Smith, telekinetic and social media influencer.
Indeed. And to my left...
Hello, I am Jen Kretchmer. I am playing Nicola Nick Minos. She is big on making some extra time for herself. She likes to be a chronomancer.
Mm-hmm. And last but certainly not least...
Hello, I am Stephen Pope, and tonight I will be playing King Z. It's basically what happens if you take a certain famous giant monster from a series of movies that have been around for 50 plus years and shove him to a very grumpy man.
Frankenstein. I get it.
There you go.
Yeah. 12-sided guy, thank you for the bits, and welcome to the show. One quick thing really quickly before we start the show. Quick. I would like to dedicate tonight's show to Alex Flaherty. May you go where we go when we go. So this one's for you, brother. Let's see. Some housekeeping before we start. How do you play Mutants and Masterminds? You roll a d20, you add a modifier, hopefully you roll better than a certain number. And that's really all you need to know. There's a little more nuance that I'm going to hold you all accountable for, but we'll work through it together.
We have charts.
You do. And I cannot remember which of you spent your hero points during the last session. So do you remember who's got a hero point and who's got rerolls?
I have one left.
I have one reroll.
Okay.
I also have one fatigue.
Okay. Well, you can get rid of that now.
Okay, cool.
Good.
And I spent my hero point last turn, so...
Well, here. Have another one. Everybody starts with one hero point. Jennifer, do you have any rerolls or anything?
I have one reroll.
Okay, great. And here, have a hero point.
I had one reroll and one hero point.
Well, then you don't get a hero point. Because you can only have one at a time. Or you start the game with one.
Okay.
So, there we go.
But I have a reroll
Yeah,
left, too.
so you're magic. Okay, and Eric?
I did not spend my hero point, and I had 3 rerolls.
Okay, well then, here, just take all my chips.
I will.
I don't need them anymore. Cool. So let's see. Let's do a little recap. What's happened so far on the story?
We beat up an old lady.
You did beat up an old lady. In the last episode, our intrepid band of heroes went to the den of scum and villainy known as Riverside, California. Specifically, the Gotterdamerung home for aging metahumans, where they met up with their contact, Stan Winslow, who was a crime reporter in Los Angeles in the late 40s. And he revealed to them the mystery of the ghosts in the subway, which resulted in a battle with shadow demons from beyond reality and an old lady who could control the weather, who was being possessed by one of the shadow demons from beyond reality, but still they punched an old lady a bunch.
Oh, yeah.
She asked us to, very technically.
She did. No, she did. In a moment of clarity, she did, in fact, ask you to knock her out. And you obliged, eventually.
Because we're nice people.
You
Yeah.
are.
We
You really
respect
When
the
Mama says
elderly.
knock you out, we obey.
QLL Cool J. And then at the end, Stan gave you a little bit of a pep talk, and he passed away, unfortunately.
At the young age of 198.
He was 110, Eric. God.
You were in the right century-ish.
Yeah, he was born in the early 20th century. So that is where we are going to start our story tonight. But before we do, Jennifer, would you like to tell the audience about a special little thing we have going on tonight?
To celebrate our finale, we have a giveaway from Dice Envy, which is really exciting. We have a set of brimstone dice, which are super cool. They are black dice with flames on them, and they're really neat. So thank you so much to Dice Envy for kicking those over so we can give away a set of those at the end of the night tonight.
Thank you very much, Dice Envy. A couple of rules that come along with that. Look for _raffle in chat. That will let you know that the raffle has begun. If you're a subscriber, you have 2 times the chances to win. The other stipulations are you must be in the chat at the end of the show, and you must must live in the United States. We don't have anything against anybody else watching, wherever you are. If you're watching in another country, thank you so much for tuning in. We just don't want to deal with shipping. So, yeah, okay. At the end of the battle, the residual effects of Queen Mercury's weather powers were diminishing, and the hideously black storm that had come sweeping across the desert is beginning to dissipate. There's a few drops of rain. An elderly man in a leather jacket hinges his jaw back and whips out a cigarette and walks past you saying, "Kids today." Goes out and sits on the patio. Stan Winslow's daughter Miranda is cradling her father as the other residents of the Gutterdammerung home are led out from the basement where they were being protected by Dr. Matthew Cadwallader, your friend. Mm-hmm. And as he comes back up the stairs, he says, "I don't know what you all did, but I'm forever in your debt. I
told you we'd have it handled."
I never doubted you, Nicola, but
Oh, you just doubted the rest of us.
I've never met you before. I deal with people who have, advanced age and superpowers, and occasionally some mischief is perpetrated. You have to understand, I'm a little gun shy.
We've got 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah. Also, is that Queen Mercury? Did you punch Queen Mercury?
Yes, several
She was
times.
kind of possessed. It was like
She asked us to.
Nurse! And then a couple of nurses surround her, and she
might be slightly irradiated. Don't worry about it. It should wear off.
And they lift her up, and she's got, she still has her, flowing blonde Farrah Fawcett hair from the 70s, but now she's a little bit like Winona Ryder at the end of Heathers. So she's really haggard and just kind of looks like she doesn't give a shit, but also kind of pleased with herself. And they lead her back to the main building. And as you walk outside, you can see that some of the heavily armed guards that had met you as you were leaving the isolation rooms are investigating what remains of that structure. And you can see that they are helping out the remainder of the inhabitants that were down there. So if you recall, there was the big concrete-looking character who kind of looks like the character Concrete by Paul Chadwick, or The Thing by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Take your pick of Jewish men made of rock. And he definitely looks like he's shaking something off, and he's like, I didn't hurt anybody, did I? And they're trying to console him because he seems very old and very frail for as beefy as he is. Thank you, SF Giants 49er. Thank you for the bits. Welcome to the show. And Dr. Cadwallader is like, How can I ever repay you? This could have been a massacre.
This is what we do. And if anybody asks, just tell them we were awesome.
Okay. When the LA Times comes up, I will tell them that you were awesome.
That works for me.
Okay.
Maybe post about it a little bit.
Okay.
Make sure those posts get boosted.
Right. Do you have a platform that you prefer? Sorry. I hate to ask this. Can I get a selfie with you?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Do you want to use my phone or yours?
Both.
Okay. Here, would you take a picture of us really quickly?
Okay. It's not okay.
Okay. I'm gonna do this. Is that okay?
No.
You kind of tuck into the background.
Baby, 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 baby.
Great. If you want, it's pizza day in the cafeteria. I mean, it's not much, but if you want to stick around for a snack or anything.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. That's...
But, maybe soon?
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. Sure, that's fine. You know where to find me. Thank you, and thank you. I don't think I got your name.
Oh, it's Chuck.
Chuck. That's really understated for a superhero.
Oh, I'm not as.
Well, then what are you doing hanging out with them?
Chuck works in accounting, and obviously we need to have that covered wherever we go. Considering the.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go enjoy pizza day. So take care. Be well.
And let us know if there's a memorial.
We will. Stan may have been in the isolation rooms, but he was well liked. and his daughter Miranda comes out, and you can see back in the kind of common area that you were in that the nurses are covering his body. They've got him on a gurney. They're taking him away. She comes up to you, and she gently puts a hand on your shoulder, and she says, "Thank you."
A pleasure. I'm sorry for your loss.
Sorry.
I mean, Daddy was old. He was very, very old, and he was a mean, mean man the older he got, but it wasn't him, you know? Listen, it's not much, and I don't know if it's going to be any use to you, but we have some of his things in storage. I mean, I know you're looking for clues to whatever's going on here. There might be something in there you could use.
Yeah, if he has notebooks or interviews, transcripts.
Yeah, come with me. I'll show you where it is. And she leads you back into the main building, which again is that very old brick kind of, well, it's kind of shaped like this, as a matter of fact. And she leads you down some stairs, and you can smell the age and the dust in the air, and the lights are kind of flickering on and off, and they're the old sodium bulbs, so it's a very uncomfortable light. But she takes you to a storage room that is just festooned with all of these cardboard boxes that are overflowing with shit. You see like a space helmet and like a glowing sword and like just file cabinet after file cabinet. And she takes a moment to locate it, and she pulls a key ring off her belt, and she opens it up, and she's like, "There you go. Take a look." 12-sided guy, thank you for the bits.
12-sided guy. Yeah, I'll take a look. What's
Okay.
in there?
So you look, and there are a lot of notes about what he found in the subway. He's held on to those over the years. There's a couple of clippings of other stories that he's written, you know, outbreaks of violence in the 60s between metahumans and regular people, and, you know, an op-ed piece he did on vigilante justice. And then you actually find notes on an article he was starting to write about the echo chamber.
Oh.
Is it just us now in the room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Miranda's outside keeping an eye.
Was this our fault?
What was?
All of this.
I,
Like, this followed us here.
but I mean, I think it was
I
it was
think
in
it was
him
already
already,
here.
right?
But if we hadn't come here,
If we hadn't come here, many people would have died.
would they?
I mean, the thing in the subway started without us, so
We're trying to stop it. That's what we're here for.
Should we call Dr. Armstrong and let him know that the thing he's studying can possess people?
Yeah, probably.
That
And
yeah.
also about the electronics surrounding it.
And I don't know, maybe I should check in with Kinsey because he was there all day too.
Yeah. See what
Yes.
they've gotten.
Yeah.
He does seem rather fragile.
He's not wrong.
Well, he's not a meta-human or anything, so he's just, really smart.
Isn't he?
You said
he's
he
not.
wasn't.
He's not.
He's
No,
a YouTube star. They're not human.
Look, the GM said he wasn't.
What
That was 2 weeks ago, me.
are the notes that are on the
So,
echo chamber?
There's a couple of police photographs. You can see the setup. The room is lined in mirrors, kind of like a dance studio. There are some very early video cameras that appear to be focused on an array of televisions that are lining the walls, butted up against the mirrors. It's a still photo, but you can see the distortion in the screens, and it's doing that weird kind of, what's that technical term? Like,
Feedback?
no,
Strobing?
there's a really cool, strobing, but I mean, there's a really cool term that I can't
Yeah.
think of. So, so it's kind of strobing, and it's hard to look at for too long. You see some photos of early 70s cops taking away some college students with shaggy hair and beards, and their eyes have that same kind of disturbed quality that Stan's had. And the last thing you see is just a photograph of a police officer who's clearly just taped off the area, who's kind of looking in. It's actually a really, really well-crafted shot. And he has some notes about possible connection, so on and so forth. But it's a little light on specifics about what happened. It's more just kind of an overview of the event.
Is Queen Mercury in any of those photos?
She is not.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Is anyone we've seen in any of those photos?
No.
Okay. Well, we know we're going to need to go to UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see the name of the officer? Is there a badge?
Sure. It's a Koharski.
What a name.
Mm-hmm. Sergeant Kowarski, specifically. I mean, he can be an officer and a sergeant, but, you know.
I'm a gentleman.
I'll start a basic trace
Beat
on
me to
him.
it.
Okay. Give me a science roll. Give me a hacking roll. Haxor. So, Sad Girl. Remember, Sad Girl is with you.
Yeah.
The sweetheart of Echo Park.
Irma Navarro.
Yes,
13.
exactly. 13. You get to a certain point in LAPD records where you can tell that he made captain, but then in the early 90s, it's very clear that they switched computer systems, and the records get a little spotty after that point.
He probably died 2 days before retirement.
He was too old for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Irma is walking along the courtyard. She's playfully stepping in some of the puddles that have formed, and as you get closer, you can hear her singing her hit song, La Llorona. Or her version of the traditional song, La Llorona. And it's haunting, and it's wonderful, and it makes you feel kind of this beautiful melancholy inside. And if you'd had any damage, it would heal you, but you don't.
I do.
Okay, well, it heals you. That's how you get rid of your fatigue.
I was fatigued also.
All right, then you're not fatigued anymore, but you are beautifully melancholy.
Hey, can you throw me a pencil?
And Nicola, because you are who you are, you hear this high-pitched whirring from off in the distance.
Do I know what that is?
Not just yet. It's coming closer. That Doppler effect is in effect right now. You're trying to get a trace on it. In fact, why don't you give me perception or insight or something like that?
Insight. That is a 19 plus a 9.
Oh yeah, that's a lot.
28.
That's good. Yeah. So it takes you a second, but in an instant, you turn your head, you see what is initially a blur of motion, but then you do your thing.
I can slow that down.
Exactly. And you see this incredibly defined individual sprinting at you like an Olympic runner. They're wearing a black track jacket, short shorts, black Adidas sneakers, and they are focused just impeccably on you guys.
Do I know who this is?
You don't.
Okay.
But there's a slightly familiar quality about them.
There's somebody coming. Is this the person I saw at the party?
Yes, it is.
There's somebody coming. It's from Armstrong.
Oh,
Want me to hurt him?
And in the next instant, I mean, for you, it's a leisurely stroll. But in the next instant, they're right in front of you. They do have a slightly androgynous quality about them. They have very short, cropped blonde hair and brown eyes. And they say, Dr. Armstrong sent me.
Who are you?
You can call me Caduceus.
Caduceus.
There's been an accident at the lab. You need to come right away.
What happened?
You need to come right away. And then they're off again.
Let's go.
I can probably fly us there and skip traffic if...
I will meet you there.
We might want to bring... Can we bring everybody?
I can carry like 4 people.
Okay, so we can bring Sad Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people can you
We'll have to come back for the
Said
car.
Okay. Okay.
We could not. I could drive. Well, I don't know how to drive a car, but I'm sure I could figure it out, and I could meet you there.
No, we're not going to figure it out right now. That's probably...
That's company property.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
Okay.
Okay, I'm technically company property. Listen.
Are you just going to put the kibosh on this and just
Yeah,
up
just
and away?
whoop.
Okay.
And
Ah, Jesus!
I can go 120 miles an hour,
Great.
so...
It's okay, Yeeho. You get used to it after a little bit.
Have you guys ever seen a dog in a van where he's not, like, strapped down or anything, where he's just kind of, like, clinging to nothing, but he's trying so hard, he's slipping anyway? That's Kingsley right now.
I love it. So yeah, you take a majestic flight over the Inland Empire, and you.
I've never flown this far with this many people before, but it's kind of cool.
Exactly, and now you're kind of wishing that you'd stayed for Pizza Day because this is taking a little bit of your juice. But yeah, you fly past the windmills out near Palm Springs. You can see Joshua Tree off to one side. You see the Cabazon dinosaurs from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And in this alternate reality, the Wheel Inn is still there, so you could stop and get a pie if you wanted to.
Next time, we don't have time.
Exactly. And then, suburb after suburb, and eventually the skyline of Los Angeles comes into relief. And it's late afternoon at this point, so the sun's kind of lower on the horizon, and you can see some clouds on the periphery, but nothing compared to what you saw when you got to the Gotterdammerung home. And then before you know it, you are approaching the landing pad at the top of the Grand Wilshire Plaza, and Caduceus is there waiting at the top, waving at you. And then as you land, you get a great view of downtown Los Angeles, all of it. Yeah, Stephen, what are we rolling for?
Oh, I'm seeing to see if he stopped screaming.
Okay.
I rolled a 15, so I'm going to say yes.
Wait, I thought you were immune to fear effects.
Doesn't mean he's not a weenie.
That's the quote of the evening. So Caduceus starts to usher you in.
Ow.
I will not apologize for that, and I expect an apology for that.
They said it was an emergency. Jeez.
And it got us here a lot faster.
Oh, got us here a lot faster. That's what you sound like.
So you
that is me mocking you.
I feel so mocked.
You should.
I think it was better than traffic.
I mean, we got here. I've never gotten that far that fast.
Listen, I'm going to go home if that's okay with you guys. I hope whatever happened at the lab is fine. If you need me, you have my number.
Why don't you wait and see? We might need you to help.
Yeah, okay, yes, of course. Nothing better to do with my afternoon than hang around with a bunch of... Yes.
Well, if there was an accident and people are hurt, we might need your help.
God, why do you have to be so smart? Smart and pretty. Is that working out good for you? It sounds like it's working out good. I'm just kidding.
They make it work.
Let's go.
And as you're all going downstairs, Caduceus stops you. He's okay.
He was here?
But there's been an accident. So you go down the stairs, and you can definitely tell that there has been something going on here. All of the magnificently appointed decorations in the living room, office area are all in disarray. The door to the lab is open, and you can see some of the robot versions of Dr. Armstrong forming a perimeter around. And as you approach, Caduceus just waves them away, and in that very robotic precision, they step aside to let you in. And Kinsey is now on the operating table. And Dr. Armstrong is there with his back to you. And he's like, I don't know what happened.
What happened?
I don't know what happened.
Well, describe it as best you can.
He turns around and there's a single tear running down his cheek. He's so smart, and he's so curious, and he just wanted to see what made this thing tick, literally. I should have known better, but we decided we were going to do some investigation. We were going to perform a necropsy on this being. And the shadows came, and they overtook me, and they overtook him, and there was a power coursing through him, and I had to subdue him. And there's some heavy-duty experimental narcotics in his system right now, keeping him stable, but just barely. There's some very dangerous power coursing through him. What did you find out?
Well, we know that there's definitely a tie to the echo chamber in the 70s at UCLA. We know that there is a link through technology as well. Televisions, radios.
Could the robots be?
Yeah, that could be dangerous.
What? What could they be? Why are they dangerous?
They could be possessed. Or become possessed. Am I getting that right? Am I saying the right term there?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
These things travel through. I don't know if it's radio waves, if it's what, but they're definitely dangers to having electronics active.
I see.
We know that there's let's see here.
We know we can hurt it.
Yeah, we can.
How?
Well, it possessed Miss Mercury.
Queen Mercury?
Queen Mercury.
You
yes.
had Queen Mercury? I'm sorry.
Yes, and then proceeded to punch her.
She asked for it
A lot.
We're not punching
in a couple
him.
of ways.
Are you certain about that? A few punches from me and Chuck, and
He is fine for the moment, and you are not going to punch this young man. Is that understood?
That
Not
is
in
fine.
my house.
That is fine. We will not punch him. Can I punch your robots?
I prefer you didn't.
If it comes to that.
They're very expensive.
Skylar's gonna just sort of go over and put her hand on Kinsey's forehead.
Hail Boogie. Nice to see you,
Hey,
brother.
what's
Welcome
going
to
on?
the show. This one's for Alex, okay? So he steps up to his robots and he gives them a look up and down, and he recites a long sequence of alphanumeric code that doesn't have any rhyme or reason, and they all in unison salute and then power down. House, convert to solar power. Then the power flickers for a second, and there's these very warm lights that come back up. So whereas the lab had previously been very sterile, now it is kind of welcoming, and Kinsey suddenly doesn't seem as close to peril as he did previously. Listen, if there's a connection between those things in the subway and the echo chamber, and there's some connection with what you found out there, you gotta get to UCLA. It might be the only chance this boy has to survive.
We have a couple of names that are potentially it's two. Kahursky, and we also got Ray Harris. Any of those ring a bell?
God, who was Ray Harris?
The partner.
Thank you. That's right. Notes. I should take them. Okay. I see. And what is the connection with these events and these men that you mentioned?
We're not sure yet. Kahursky was a police officer on the scene, a sergeant, later became captain, but that's as far as I could find the trail leading. He was on site for the arrests during the echo chamber. We also looked at the timeline. We know that there are a few different incidents, but I don't know if there's anything in terms of how often these are occurring. There's something with mirrors. The echo chamber was... And I described what the pictures look like. So things to look out for, strange eye movement, not sleeping.
All right.
Did you have bad dreams last night at all?
How'd you know?
Because we all did too.
Mm-hmm.
Like a giant...
With a star for an eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I had that dream.
I don't know if Kinsey did. We didn't talk this morning.
He's gonna be okay, but it depends on you getting there to find out how to stop this thing. He's gonna be okay. And you see a flutter of his eyes just for a moment, and he says, "Skylar,
Kinsey?
it wants to get out. You gotta stop it."
We're gonna do what we can, I guess. Yeah.
Perhaps we should go back to the subway. That's where it began, correct?
I think
It could be UCLA.
yeah.
There's got to be some tie. Did the old subway run to Westwood?
No, not that you know of, at least.
I'm gonna scan and see if there were ever plans for it.
Okay. Yeah, give me a science and check.
17.
Okay. So you know that in the subway terminal building, which is now apartments in downtown Los Angeles, there was also the beginnings of construction on a series of air raid tunnels once they actually shut down the subway and were going to repurpose it during the Cold War. You find some blueprints, at least, for a sort of lattice work of tunnels that connect various locations in Los Angeles, some downtown, some beyond, but past the blueprints, you don't really know if these were ever completed.
Okay, so it's a possible.
It's possible, yes. Listen, I don't know how much time we got. If you got a lead, you should act on it now. I'll be here if you need help. I have a feeling you know how to get a hold of me, and if I need to get a hold of you, I'll send Caduceus, all right? He's gonna be okay. Well, my name isn't Dr. Ulysses Armstrong.
Okay.
Okay? And you're gonna save the day. You hear me?
Okay.
All right. You got this one, Nicola.
Do you have any thoughts on any preparations we can make? Anything we could bring? Anything we could do to disrupt the signal?
Let me think on that. You head over there. Let me do a little bit of research. I might have something for you. Okay, so what do you want to do now?
Go to UCLA, I guess.
Yep.
Up on the 405.
All right. Lucky.
Want is a relative term.
Lucky you. You don't want to just cut through the city? Because
Is
that's an
this-
option.
Is this how it always is? You know, you try and do something and then your friends get hurt and then... Is that what it's always like?
I've never done this before. I don't know.
Generally, yes.
Well, then this sucks.
I don't
But it's how
disagree.
progress is made.
All right. So, are we flying? Are we taking the Icarus van? What are we doing?
We don't have the Icarus van.
Oh, right. It's in Riverside. I'm sorry.
That poor thing's been abandoned, and it's been abandoned in Riverside. That thing is gone.
Oh, it'll be fine.
We sent interns.
It was at the hospital.
Those interns are
It
gone.
has a state-of-the-art security system, GPS
Also
tracking.
self-driving.
It's self-driving, so I can just drive itself
You know, it's
back.
like Rick's
that's
car
right,
from
it
Rick and
is.
Morty.
Come
Yeah.
back.
See, I really thought it was just going to have one of those little, like, pop lock things you put on the wheel.
I mean, if we need to go fast, I can fly us again, I guess.
I think the faster we get there, the better.
Okay.
Are we...
Please no.
Where can we look into this?
That's a question. Do I have contacts at UCLA? Since
you
I
do.
am hip with the
I mean, we
teens.
could take the metro line.
It was a joke.
Is
I
it
see
worth
now.
doing an event for you? Do you think?
Well, I mean, I have contacts as an advantage.
Okay.
So, but do I need to be in the location for that to?
No.
Or
would
can I
say,
just scroll
yeah,
through my
Get some
phone?
messages.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you've got enough reach if you want to do some sort of drop-in, pop-up kind of thing. That's doable.
I figure like I've gone and spoken at like this, school of communications and talked about social media and
Yeah,
branding
for sure.
and
You
all that
gave a
stuff.
TED talk at Royce Hall, and then They Might Be Giants played the next night, and you both went backstage to each other's events, and it was awesome.
That's
So
not
cool.
awesome.
It's enough reason to become a social media influencer right there.
Exactly.
Seriously.
That's
We
really
should all
why.
do that in real life.
Oh my god, right?
Yes, you make some calls. They are very excited to have you. They post something on their official Instagram feed saying that you'll be at X location at X time, and everybody should show up and get your selfie taken with Skylar. So you fly across Los Angeles at 120 miles an hour.
Screaming full time.
Seeing all the lovely sights. The
Wow,
Hollywood sign off
that's
to your right. You can see the planes taxiing or stacking up to land at LAX to your left.
I'm taking pictures to show Kinsey when he wakes up.
Yeah, that's very sweet of you. You can see streaks of like fire kind of going in arcs. You can see somebody who's forming an ice slide that they're going across, arching over the 10 freeway. You know, it's all of your favorite tropes from superhero-dom in Los Angeles. And then as you get to the west side and the sun's creeping down further over the horizon and the clouds are starting to roll in a little more. I mean, it's not unusual to have rain this time of year.
What LA are you from?
Well, the LA that I'm from is having rain right now,
Yeah,
so
that's fair. That's
And
fair.
for another week.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So yeah, you get to UCLA and you meet your contact there. Her name is Laura Teichmiller. She is a vivacious blonde woman who wears a bikini kill shirt. And she is checking her phone as you arrive, and she's like, "Oh my God, Skylar, you came!
Yeah, hi.
Hi! Oh my God, this is so cool!"
we're actually kind of trying to do some like superhero stuff.
Oh wow!
You know my boyfriend Kinsey, right?
Oh yeah,
He's
the
kind of-
YouTube kid, right?
Yeah, he's kind of he kind of got hurt, and we're trying to like find a way for him to be okay.
Oh.
And, a GoFundMe is kind of not gonna cut it here.
Oh. Okay. Well,
So-
what can I do to help?
So there was like this art installation back in the 70s called
Yeah.
the Echo Chamber.
We're looking for maybe archives of the Daily Bruin, or maybe if there was a student art newspaper. We're trying to find out who the artist was.
I don't know anything about this echo chamber. Do you know what building it was in?
Did any of the photos or the articles say what building it was in?
No.
Okay.
It was an art thing. So, and like there were
Well, but
police. And, yeah.
But it could have been in any building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, what we know about it is, it was an installation.
Well, I could go introduce you to the dean of the art school. He might know something.
And, medical, too, could be valuable here.
Yeah,
Oh.
some people got kind of like hurt during it.
Oh, wow.
So it was like a thing, and that's
It was a thing.
One unique beast.
Hey,
Thank you for the
thank you.
resub. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I want to help however I can.
Thank you.
Let's go to the art school first, and then maybe, I can take you to the hospital or something?
Do you need to be a student to go to the hospital? Perhaps it's better for us to split up and just check both at the same time.
It's a teaching hospital.
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
absolutely go there.
Great.
Yeah, you can go to the Ronald Reagan. That's fine.
Ronald Reagan.
It's a real place. Okay. So who wants to
100.
split up where?
I'll stay here because it's sort of my contact.
Okay.
Ronald Reagan's dead.
Cool. Nicola, where do you want to go?
I'd like to see the archives, I think.
Okay. Definitely do that. Chuck? King Z?
Archives seems like kind of a Chuck thing.
Okay.
Looking at papers and stuff.
Do you want to go to the hospital?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's party.
Don't break anything.
I will not.
Don't hurt anyone.
I will not.
Don't smash any instruments.
I will not.
Harass any doctors.
The people there are like already hurt, so probably don't like.
I do not willingly harm people who do not deserve it, and on top of that, I am technically your company's property, therefore I will do nothing. Is that fair? Is that okay?
Works for me.
Fantastic.
Property, though.
One unique beast sends the reroll to Eric.
Aw.
Yes, thank you so
You're
much.
not exactly property. You're more, the company owns your genetic likeness and uniqueness.
Griffinoff.
Ooh,
Griffinoff.
24.
Okay, yes, thank you.
You are
Thank you
allowed
for
to
the
do
resubs.
whatever you want.
Yes.
It's just, should you perish, your body then becomes permanent property of Icarus.
Your particular molecular sequencing.
Yeah.
This is hell. I live in hell. This is a personal hellish nightmare.
All right.
He's just going to continue that
Yeah, why
as he
don't,
walks
why
off.
don't we start with
That's
the comic
something they do
misadventures
here
of
is
King Z going to the
genomic
hospital?
sequencing.
All right, King Z, what is your goal at the hospital?
I would like to see... Hello. I would like to see medical records from... And he has a little crumpled up piece of paper from 19... What was the date it happened?
We had a
1971?
1946 event, and a 1971
Is he
was
wearing
the echo
glasses?
chamber.
Yes, he is a dad, so he definitely puts on the reading glasses, and he has a little folded piece of paper. Yes, I am looking for Medical history from 1971 involving an art installation that went horribly awry. I am here on behalf of Icarus.
This is a hospital.
Yes.
I'm sorry, who are you?
King Z.
I need to call someone. I'll be right back.
Very well.
Couple of awkward moments pass, and then a couple of...
Just a couple panels of me, like, checking my phone.
Exactly.
Checking my nails.
And then a couple of uniformed officers come up and say, can we help you, sir?
Yes, hello, I'm here on behalf... It's the exact same
Sure.
thing.
You know this is a hospital, right?
Yes, I'm looking for medical records.
Are you feeling well?
I haven't felt well since I came here. Now, if we could please move this along.
I see. We're going to admit you, sir, if that's all right. And then that happens. Okay, let's go to the archives next, and then we'll get to you, Skylar. Or are you going to the archives too? Okay.
Smash cut to King Z running out and wearing a hospital gown, untied.
Open in the back. Yeah.
Do you have a tail?
He does not.
Okay. Are you sensitive about that?
He misses it.
Okay, good to know. So yeah, Laura takes you to meet the dean of the art school, whose name is Aloysius Bonner. And they are actually an older female with blue on blue eyes and hair in very tight white dreadlocks, and she wears a flowing kind of caftan. She smells wonderful. You can't quite put your finger on it, but she's very pleasant to be around. And when Laura comes in, she's like, Laura, thank you so much. And you've brought friends.
Hi, Nick Minos.
Oh, hi, Aloysius Bonner. Pleasure
Nice to meet you, Bonner.
Yeah. Why do I know that name?
Icarus.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, I don't think I care for that very much. Nothing against you. It's just, I'm from a different generation. You know, secret identities were meant to be a secret. It's a joke. You're doing great. You're doing lovely work. And you are...
Hi, Skylar Smith.
Skylar Smith. Oh, no, right. Laura's told me about you before. What brings you to UCLA?
Her superpower is being passive-aggressive.
So there was art installation in 1971, and some people got hurt. It was called the Echo Chamber, and now that same sort of thing is happening again. So we're trying to find out like how it happened and maybe why it happened and how to stop it. And yeah.
Laura,
I'm just curious about the design of that era and who the artists were working in that time and who was coming out of this school.
Laura, you can ask your friends to leave now because I will not be discussing this with them. Thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you both.
I'm gonna check my phone subtly. Do I have anything?
No.
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 Are her eyes
Ma'am, I don't-
normal?
Yes.
I don't want to, like, I don't mean
Yes,
to.
they are.
I don't mean to be a bother and stuff. It's just we're currently working with in an investigatory manner, and we do not wish to like disturb you or your class load or anything like that. It's just that should you withhold things like this from our investigation, later on down the line could lead to litigation against you or the school. We don't want that for you. We just want to get in and get out.
Do you have persuasion
I
or
do.
something?
I do.
Can I help that?
Yeah.
Thank you for helping. I'm going to use one of these.
Yeah, please do.
Because I did that. Well, okay, so that's going to be an 18.
So if you...
Shockingly, I
you just have to
persuaded
beat
as
a
well.
10.
I have a +10.
Oh, then yeah, you're fine. Okay.
I'm just
So-
a man in a suit telling her about litigation.
So, as a representative of the University of California, Los Angeles, home of the Bruins, I don't want to cause a scandal, but you have to understand that that particular event is a very ticklish subject in UCLA's history that we don't often discuss if we can avoid it. So I'm willing to answer some questions if it means you will leave sooner rather than later.
So my boyfriend got affected by what's happening now, so I'm really just trying to help save him. Okay.
You're
so-
into much older men?
No, it's happening now, like today
Don't
and
kink
yesterday. Like, did you
Thank
hear?
Steven.
Did you hear what happened at the subway station yesterday? The 7th Street station.
I mean, I heard there was some sort of event.
Yeah, it's
There
the
was-
same thing.
What did you say?
It's the same thing.
We have it on good authority that the events that have been going on in the city today are linked to not only the events in here in 71, but
1946.
and possibly other times.
No, that's impossible. We shut it down.
How? And who's we? And I think we should go someplace a little more private and have this conversation.
Laura canceled my classes for the rest of the day. Right away, Dr. Bonner. Come to my study. I hope you like tea. May I make you a cup?
Tea would be lovely.
She puts on an electric kettle. They're trying to take your vitals, and even with all their equipment, they're kind of like, what are you?
Well, I'm royalty from the 7th dimension. Remember a couple months back when Santa Clarita was just destroyed?
Uh-huh.
That was me.
Okay. And how do you feel right now?
Mostly annoyed.
Okay.
Just imagine, like, next scene is like him in front of like a psychiatrist. And why do you think that this king's?
Well, I was physically there.
I feel like I have a tie to the UCLA
Oh yeah,
labs
absolutely.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they would have data that I would be.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Interested
We can totally
I think Skylar went to SC, so she's probably not super helpful. In that
Oh, for sure.
respect,
Yeah.
Kingsley
no,
has the
you're
education of a high school dropout, so, you know.
Chuck with
it's
the
fine.
Pepperdine.
Of course
he did.
Yeah. Great. This is all great. You're all wonderful people, and I'm gonna miss you.
I do like the idea that it's actually a series of panels with Kingsley telling his personal story, and each one in a different location.
Yeah. Say oh God. Just a little green glow.
The stick comes back melting.
You have 3 uvulas!
Uvula?
Uvuli?
You lie.
Jinx.
Somebody Google it. Anyway,
Don't,
so yeah.
Don't Google it. You're not gonna enjoy that Google
there's
search.
no.
no.
You
Ugh.
cannot see there, I'm sure.
So Dr. Bonner takes you into their study, and you sit down, and again, there's that very pleasant smell that's vaguely patchouli-esque, but with an undercurrent of like oak. And a
Got
little
it back
bit
in
of
undergrad.
yeah, exactly.
Clove cigarettes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fashion
Middle
middle
school.
school.
Ah.
She turns on an electric kettle, and she offers you a selection of teas, and she sits down on this very cozy-looking chair. It was a unique chance for us to create something new in performance art. There was a young scientist here who facilitated certain people's visions, and we...
Name, please? Worcester?
Sarah Worcester. She was the artist.
Nick is not one to bury the lead with.
Yeah. Her vision was the disharmony that was in the world that she saw. Sarah was a very troubled soul. She told stories of... Well, I won't trouble you with that, but she was very sad, very hurt. And we thought this would be a good outlet for her. And so, this young scientist, and I know you'll ask his name was Philip... Oh, what was Philip's name? I'm sorry, the older I get... King. Philip King. He died a few years back. Sarah's still alive. They created the echo chamber. We repurposed one of the art rooms. We lined it with mirrors. We filled it with video cameras and televisions and broadcasting equipment to create this discordant noise and visual stimulus that was meant to disorient and sort of put the viewer into ecstasy. And for a few glorious moments, it was wonderful. And then the disturbances started happening. It was like the mirrors came alive. It was like the shadows were breathing. It was unlike anything I can adequately describe. And I left. It made me physically ill, but there were others that stayed. And well, you're here. I'm guessing you've read some of what happened. I mean, we've done what we can to keep it a secret all these years, but you know, legends become legends for a reason. Griffin of Falcon Hollow sends the reroll to Jody.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, Griffin of Falcon Hollow. The police were called, the arrests were made, students were sent to the hospital, and we tried to shut it down, but it wouldn't let us. We pulled the plug. We tried to disable the equipment, but the longer one stayed in there, the more influence it would bring one under, so we walled it up.
Wait, it's still active?
We couldn't stop it.
Where is it?
It's in insert art building name here. I'm sorry, it's Monday. I can't think of anything fun.
The Stanley Arbitorium.
Yeah, exactly. It's in the Kirby Pavilion. In the basement. It's been quiet for so long. And even if what you say is true, we cannot allow that to be opened. Do you understand me? We cannot. The risk is too great.
But if it's already leaking out other places, then...
It can't. It's not connected to anything.
You want to show her your picture?
Selfie.
show her the selfie.
It's different this time.
What?
Wait, the selfie changed?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I don't like that.
It's Kinsey's face.
It didn't...
Okay,
look
that's
like
not good.
this before.
What about in the earlier photos?
It's kind of that blur of motion that's hard to really get a fix on, but even then you can kind of see the crackle around the edges of the distortion of the creature. Hi, Vanna. Thank you.
Oh,
thank you for the raid. But yeah, that selfie that you took is now clearly Kinsey. I mean, the features are a little distorted, but it's unmistakably him.
It looked like me before, and now it looks like Kinsey.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what I can do to help you.
You can tell us everything you know about what you created.
Thank you for the resubs, Vanna.
Yeah.
You are in the running for some fancy dice.
2 months.
Or are you? I don't know.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. Let's not worry about that. That has no bearing on the story. Kineas too. Thank you for the
Thank you.
resubs.
9 months.
You are definitely in the running for some dice. I could see beyond where I was. I could see other versions of myself. I could interact with them. I could talk to them. And they told me such dreadful things. And everyone else that I spoke to had the same reaction. Tippy22!
Thanks,
and Estelle
Estelle
Castillo.
won.
Oh, wow.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
I better
2 months, 2 years for Tippy 22.
Gosh, I
Yeah.
better make this story good. There's a lot of people watching now.
Hey.
Ah! Okay. And there was almost a palpable presence in the room. You could feel it. It was like in the corner of your eye, there was something following you, but when you turned to look, it wasn't there.
I don't know. When we first ran into these things, they said they were brought here and that they wanted out. Whatever you did to try and stop them, it was only temporary. They found a way through.
They said they were called.
Okay, hypothetically, let's say that I show you where this is. What are you going to do then? We couldn't stop it. What can you possibly do?
Try and figure out how to counter the frequency, maybe?
I suppose.
Break everything?
Believe me, we tried.
Is it a portal that they're coming through? You know, you said Sarah's around? Where's Sarah now?
Well, I mean, she's at home, I believe. Her sister takes care of her, but she lives close
Lives
by.
home.
I mean, It's 4 or 5 blocks away. It's on the other side of Fraternity Row. I mean, they've lived there forever. It's the crappiest house on the block. You can't possibly miss it. Also, SD Castillo gives reroll to Eric and to Jen.
Sweet, thank you.
What about the scientist? You said he died, but does he like have any?
Modern Chow.
Thank you. Thanks, Modern
Thanks
Chow.
for the donation.
Does he have any like family or anyone who like might have his notes of what he did?
Dr. King? Oh, God, I don't know. He kept pretty much to himself. He was obsessed with his work. Now, knowing what the nature of his work was, I suppose that obsession makes a lot more sense.
Michael,
Yes.
I will give you my hero point if his literal protege is working at the hospital today.
Now, that is how you spend a hero point.
That's awesome.
That is
Okay. So, hero points are used in this context to, are you inspirationing this? You get sudden inspiration in the form of a hint, clue, bit of help, or are you editing the scene?
I'm editing the scene.
Okay, so tell me about this little protege.
Well, he's an elderly man now, but...
What's his name? It's not so easy on the fly.
Jack Hill.
Jack Hill. All right. And what is professor, doctor?
He is a doctor.
Okay, what is his specialty?
He specializes in psychiatry,
Okay.
usually involving supers.
That's awesome.
So yeah, he is going to end up on a psychiatrist's couch.
Yes. I
Why
figured...
do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's German or not, but I'll roll with it.
No, he's not German. Wow, hi
Drummer guy
everybody.
and
Okay,
Dark Half
gosh.
Elf. Thank
wow.
you both.
Somebody.
Garm, Rabbit
Somebody gifted
5069,
some subs.
Adelita. Everybody, hi. Thank you for the subs. Welcome to the show. Dark Half Elf 284. Golly. Okay. Oh man.
Drummer guy 606.
Yeah. Okay, Tippy22 sends their reroll to Steven.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, cool. All right, so yes, Dr. Jack Hill is working at the Ronald Reagan Hospital today, and after they've put you through a series of tests...
Well, I don't hate my mother. I don't have a mother.
So, tell me what brought you here today.
Oh, back in the 70s, your time, there was a experimental art installation. I don't understand what that means, but I do know it involved showing a bunch of, like, disparate video and such. Maybe noises and mirrors were involved. Things went haywire. Many people were harmed. Now, if you could hand over...
Cat Girl 429.
Cat Girl, thank you. If you could possibly hand over any notes that are relevant to that, that would help me greatly. Also, why am I here?
Well, I suppose that's what we're here to find out, isn't it? And also, that was a filthy lie. Everything that you've heard, not true. Can't be proven. Dr. King was a genius, and he died doing what he loved.
I do not know who you are talking about, but I get the feeling you know what I'm talking about.
Damn it.
Now, sir, I can... Sir, as the radiologist found out, I am quite dangerous. He's fine, by the way. His lab, not so much, but that's beside the point. It was not my fault.
Are you...
Told you not to break things.
Wasn't my fault. So, sir, if you could perhaps put me on the right direction.
Are you threatening me?
Yes. I would like to use my Fascinate Intimidation.
Okay. Is that resisted by anything?
I don't know if it is.
Do you have something akin to that, Jody?
Yeah, you have Fascinate.
I have Fascinate Persuasion, which is using an interaction skill to entrance others, so I would assume it's
So
the
what's
same
yours?
Intimidation.
Okay, so awesome. I can roll a number to try to do better than that.
What's 17 plus 16?
33.
33. I got a 33.
Janana Banana, thank you for the resubs.
And we have a Big D Duluth, too.
Big D Duluth.
Oh, thank you.
Wow,
Awesome
everybody.
donation. Thank
Golly.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
Cool. All right, so yeah, he tries to put up a good front, and he hums and haws for a good minute, and he's finally just says, "What do you want to know?"
Well, I would just like to know if there were any survivors, if there's a file perhaps you can point me to or hand me. You see, they are my colleagues, I guess boss / owner. They are waiting for me, so
Witless me!
Witless me! I love the name.
Oh, Tippy, is that another reroll for Steven, or is that the same one for Steven? Tippy 22?
You already gave me the tippy one.
Okay. Well, then,
I will gladly take another.
then erase it from the screen, please.
Take it away from my sight. I shan't see it.
I shan't. I can't.
I won't.
Or perhaps if you can just give me a lot of information regarding this thing, we could move this along.
Okay. And he goes on.
Also, I will not be paying for any of the blood drawn or anything that has been done to me today. I want that on record.
I'm not even sure how we would bill your insurance if you have it. Sorry, that's doctor humor. I've not often been threatened by a radioactive monster man in my career. You have to understand.
Well, thank you for respecting the Monster Man part.
Dr. King never should have built that. That poor, insane girl's vision cost so many people so very dearly. And it still exists to this day. And then he goes on to tell you about his experiences learning about the echo chamber. Because he was under the tutelage of Dr. King at that point, but he also got physically ill, so he left the installation and just kind of stayed away. He goes on to tell you as well that they walled it up. It's sealed under the Kirby Pavilion at UCLA, and it's still active.
Very good.
For those of you just joining us, the Echo Chamber is some sort of extra-dimensional portal that just happens to be in the art building at UCLA.
That makes a lot of sense to me. Just works.
I mean, it's just college for you.
Why are you asking about this? There's no good that could possibly come of this. It's been dormant for almost 50 years now.
Yes. But no. It's quite alive, actually. It was possibly the reason I got into a giant fight with many of them in Riverside earlier today. I was in Riverside, so you can tell this is serious. Also, the metro, which has been, as my son would put it, kaboomed.
The Bard 1971.
Thank you for the bets.
Bill Cohen.
That's the 9th time I've heard that word in the past 3 days.
Why, that's 3 per day. Sorry,
Yes.
go on.
Yes, so they are quite alive and quite angry. And it is my job as an interdimensional king, actually one of those, not like the guy outside. Don't listen to him. He's a crazy person.
We don't prefer that term here. We prefer troubled individuals.
I'm also a lizard. I'm a big lizard.
I'm a kaiju!
Ugh. The appropriation. So, yes, it is quite alive and quite a threat. And as a king, it's my duty to take care of it. Also, I need to figure out if I have health insurance now. You have me thinking about this.
If what you say is true and these things are escaping, then we must act.
Yes, I have just said that. That's why I'm here.
If you have powers from beyond our world, perhaps you can assist. Maybe there's a connection with you in your dimensional travel, you said?
Less travel, more... I prefer the term shunted.
Come with me.
Very well.
Put your clothing back on. That gown does you no favors. Yeah. He's the kaiju man in a hospital gown. But he does not have a tail, which is too bad, because I think that would be a really good set piece.
He misses the tail.
So yeah, you get dressed.
Part of his brain was down there.
Thank you for that.
He says some words to
Where
the
he has his
guards
empathy.
in whispered tones, and they look very reticent, and then you can see him producing his wallet and slipping them some cash, and he's able to spirit you out of the hospital. So what are you all doing?
Were we going to the Kirby Pavilion?
No, I think we were looking into
Sarah's.
Sarah. Yeah, so
Around.
I don't know if this is something she's ever discussed with you, but has Sarah ever had any psychiatric help?
Well, I mean, we tried. We tried so very hard. After the event with the echo chamber, she was never the same, and, you know, there's been
It sounds like
medications tried over the
Prior
years.
to the echo chamber, she was having some chronic issues.
Sarah has always been troubled, yes.
Do her eyes do like a Starfield thing?
A what?
Like where it looks like they're just like, remember that owl that was like going
Oh,
around the
right.
internet?
No,
Yeah.
my grandson sent me a picture of that. Yes.
Yeah, do her eyes look like that at all?
I mean, I haven't seen Sarah in a very long time, but the last time I spoke with her, no, I don't seem to recall that.
Okay.
All right, so you go to the shitty house on the opposite side of Fraternity Row, and it's 2 stories, and it was definitely magnificently pointed in its day, as a lot of the houses in Westwood still are. But you can tell that this house has been actively avoided by a lot of people for a very long time. There's a kind of old type wire fence out in front and a wooden mailbox that's falling off to the side. All of the foliage that is still growing is overgrown, and the rest of the lawn is dead. You see like a couple of feral cats going in and around the yard, and it seems very quiet but not unoccupied. You can definitely tell that there's somebody in there.
We'll be back.
Okay.
You said her sister takes care of her?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us anything about her sister?
Regan?
Regan?
Well, I mean, Regan was her younger sister. I haven't spoken to her in depth, but when we have spoken over the years, after... I remember one night, after a bottle of wine, after Sarah had gone to bed, Regan, poor girl, cried her eyes out for an hour and told me what it was like to have to steward insanity. No, she's not that clever. I don't remember, but it's not an easy life for her, and she's given up most of her adult life to take care of her sister. Now they've both just kind of become recluses. Have you seen that film Grey Gardens?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not unlike that, only they're not nearly as charming.
It's actually a real story. It wasn't just a film. It was a documentary about real people, and then they turned it into a film.
That's right. No, that's right. You're very smart. Did you know that?
I just watch a lot of TV.
No, thank you. Thank you. I would be prepared for some oddness, to say the least.
We just dealt with possessed senior citizens in Riverside, so I think, like, this
Odd might be an understatement.
Yeah.
Okay. And I will tell Stephen this when he gets back, but there's definitely a storm brewing as you're walking over.
Of course there is.
Yeah, of course.
Can I check the network and see if there's anything flagging?
Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll for this. Icarus is very popular in this part of town because there's a lot of young metahumans that go to UCLA because they've got a great metahuman studies program. It's not quite Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters, but it's more of a job placement program. And, you know, there's the history of metahumanity, all of that. So, yes, you're getting tons of pings. This house is kind of a dead zone.
So nothing coming.
Nothing coming from the house,
Okay.
but yeah.
And do I find anything about Sarah in the logs? Anything
No.
in the history?
No. I mean, let's retcon it a little bit and say that you did find one brief mention in Stan's notes,
Okay.
but it didn't really connect until Aloysius said something.
Okay.
Okay, so you go up to the front door, you knock, and there's a long moment of silence. And then you hear very quiet shuffling to the door, and there's a pane of glass, and a curtain moves aside, and you can see an older woman look out. Who is it? Aloysius steps up, and she's like, Regan, it's me. I brought some friends. Everything's fine. Regan puts the curtain back, steps back, and there's another long, awkward moment, and Aloysius is like, well, I mean, perhaps. And the door opens, and this older woman in a nice floral print dress steps out, and she says, what do you want?
We came to visit Sarah.
Sarah's not home.
Where's Sarah?
Sarah doesn't want to see you. Go away. I don't know you. Aloysius, I don't know who these people are, and you shouldn't be bringing them here to bother Sarah. You know, she's very fragile right now.
I'm going to use Fascinate Persuasion.
Awesome. Do it.
Yeah.
We are getting to combat sooner or later, viewers. Hold on.
Look, whatever your sister did back in the day, it's hurting other people, and if we can help them, we might be able to help her too.
All right, let's have a contested roll here.
That's 30.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're really good at the fascinate thing.
perhaps an uncontested roll.
Yeah, I certainly can't beat that. And there's a moment, and you can see her kind of falter, and her lips quiver, and her eyes start to tear up, and she looks at you, and she says, "It was so terrible. I wish to God it had never happened.
You saw it?
I heard about it. I mean, I was going here at the time. It's how we have this house. My folks bought it for us. Different time. I don't know if Sarah's going to be able to tell you anything useful. She's not really there anymore. But come in. I mean, it's always nice to have company. And you go in, and it's actually very well maintained on the inside. You can tell that while they don't leave, they at least, or Regan takes care to make sure that it's a nice place to be. Smells like old lady. You know what that smells like. There is a very old, very fat cat in one corner who looks at you dismissively and then goes back to sleep.
I like the cat.
Mm-hmm. Sarah's upstairs. Would you like to come with me?
Yeah.
Are there any TVs on?
No.
Radios, music, reflective
you can hear
things?
the tick of a clock, but you don't see any TVs, you don't see any radios.
Okay.
And the rain is starting to come down. Now, pause for a second. As you and Dr. Hill are walking across campus and the rain is starting to come down, he's like, "This is very unseasonable. This is odd."
Ah, yes. This is a very bad sign.
Roll a perception check for me.
Despite how my character acts, I got an 18.
Okay, that's good. It might just be your imagination, but you feel as you're walking across campus, there's more and more students who are kind of heading closer to you. I mean, it might be a break between classes, but it definitely seems like since you first arrived on campus, there are more people there than there were previously.
Excuse me, student.
Yes?
I get really close, check the eyes.
Can I help you?
Never mind. Go along.
May I text Kingsley and let him know where we are?
Yeah.
Where is he? It's been like
They might have committed him,
hours.
honestly.
That's. And I check the records.
I don't see any.
Exactly what happened.
I don't see any large plumes of smoke, so I'm sure he's okay.
By the way, his text chime is the Powerpuff Girls. Da, 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 da.
Love it.
Zach said it for him. He doesn't know how to change it back, and he doesn't know what it is. So
Zach's the best.
I love Zach. He's a good boy.
Up and coming influencer.
Allegedly.
I'll show him the ropes.
So he's hurriedly rushing you towards the Kirby Pavilion, and you get the text from Nicola.
Let's see. It is all in lowercase. There's no punctuation, and half of it is autocorrected misspellings at this point.
Oh no.
But the gist of it is, went hospital, found doctor, going to Kirby, which is all capitalized. You're not sure why. Papillion.
What was that? That movie about the French prison island?
Right.
Yeah.
Papillon.
Yeah, it's like going to the Kirby Papillon.
Butterfly.
Yeah.
And the response is, no! Come back to us.
Why?
Don't go alone.
Fine. I grab Dr. Hill, the back of Dr. Hill's shirt.
Whoa.
Come along. We have other places to go first.
Okay. And as you turn around, there is a wall of UCLA students with swirling star eyes, keeping you where you are.
Doctor.
Yes?
Yes. Is it in bad taste to hurt students?
My mother always said you never throw the first punch.
Very well, then I will not punch. And we are going to go ahead and use a blinding beam.
Okay, well that is a surprise round. That's resisted by dodge?
Yes.
Okay. What is the DC for that?
DC 25.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, but I did get a natural 20.
Oh.
So yeah. So what does that effect look like?
He opens up his jaw really wide, and there's like a Kamehameha blast right between teeth. Big flash, and then it goes away.
Okay.
It's non-lethal.
So it parts them like the Red Sea, and there are some that are briefly kind of dazed, and they turn to look at their peers, and as soon as their peers see them, they step forward and they resume their mob mentality. Does Icarus have any sort of warning, like if there's any weird activity, or is it just kind of
What do you mean?
like at a hospital if you're hooked up to sensors or something?
I mean, I would be tracking him, maybe,
Okay.
but not.
Okay.
I don't want an alarm going off all the time.
You get a...
Right.
Especially because I'm trying to be fairly subtle about some of
Circumspect, yeah.
what we're
Okay.
up to.
Cool.
Yes, you get a text message saying soap, and then it says sauce, and then it finally says SOS.
Ah! Wait, what? He's hungry?
Autocorrect fails. They will be the death of you if you're not careful.
He's in trouble.
And the rain starts pounding, or
We still need to talk
pitter-patting
to
across the window.
Sarah.
Yeah, Kingsley's gotten himself into... Is there a way I can activate the
How did I
camera
get
so
myself
can
into
see
this? I was walking
what's
across
happening?
campus.
Which camera do you want to...
Kingsley's.
Like his phone camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to see what's up.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll for that. That seems like a shady thing you would have done.
He doesn't even know his password.
Exactly.
It's one,
what
one,
are you,
one,
Apple? Topical. So, where is your phone? Is it still in your hand?
He was texting, so yeah.
Okay. You can see Kingsley's face.
Well, you see up his nose.
Yeah, you
probably,
see up his
because-
nose.
Oh, that is not pretty.
What's wrong? Oh.
Yeah.
But you hear a low murmur in the background, kind of just like a discordant.
Can I turn the camera around?
Yeah,
Switch
yeah. So now you see the ground, but he's kind of moving in. You see that wall of UCLA students. That if this were a comic book panel, it would be a 2-page spread, and that would have grown exponentially.
Mm.
There's basically a full-on Walking Dead situation happening right now. So, we may have to hold this thought.
And you're partway up the stairs going to visit Sarah, and Regan's like, what's going on? What's wrong? And Aloysius is trying to calm her. It's fine, Regan. What's going on?
A bunch of the students are possessed, probably.
And you hear a thud from the bedroom up the stairs.
Oof.
And Regan sprints up and she says, Sarah? Sarah? She opens the door and she steps back horrified. And lurching forward is this very old, very frail woman with scraggly white hair and a nightgown who has that weird black smoky effect coming out of her eyes. And she's just repeating, get out, get out, get out, again and again. And she is on Regan. And why don't you roll for initiative, you guys? Why doesn't everybody roll for initiative?
Woo! Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a reroll for this one.
Okay.
I got him.
I only have 2, so I'm
Much
going to
better.
hold on to them.
It's the finale. I'm just gonna go
All
crazy.
right. Steven, what'd you get?
25.
Oh, excellent. Jen, what'd you get?
23.
All right, Jody.
7.
I got a rock. Eric.
13.
Excellent. And I got what I got. So, Steven, since you are first in the order, we're going to do a little cutting back and forth here. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and just Z energy blast these guys.
Cool. And do I get a dodge on that?
Yes, we're looking for a DC of 25.
Oy vey. Okay. Well, I did get a natural 20 that last time, and I did not get a 20 this time. So what is the effect of the Z blast? I mean, I know, but say it for them.
It's 30 feet diameter both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Standard close instant.
Is it a ranged affliction?
Yes.
Okay. And is that resist? Why didn't?
They need to make a toughness save.
Okay, cool. And what's the DC on that?
DC of 20.
Okay. They make it actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's a thing. They're getting lucky. That's all there is to it. Or is there? Jen, it's your turn.
I will time freeze.
Okay.
So 13 on the die.
What are you trying to do? Are you doing time traps or?
No, time freeze.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So.
I think I don't roll that. I think she saves against
Yes, exactly. Because
Sorry.
time freeze is a cumulative affliction,
And so DC
and it's resisted by will.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see what her will is. So, just since this is really the first time that you've used it, describe what your time freeze power looks like, or how it interacts with the environment.
So she's coming towards us,
Mm-hmm.
and I sort of reach out, and there's almost like a bubble that
Mhm.
occurs. And in it, you watch as she's coming towards us, and her hair is moving as she's walking in normally, and all of a sudden everything slows, and it just starts...
Hail Boogie, thanks for the bits.
Thanks, Hail Boogie. Everything just slows down dramatically. You know, she's blinking her eyes, and everything just slows to a crawl. And she's in this sphere that is not moving at the normal pace.
That's cool. So yeah, her
Kind of
eyes
Bayonetta,
are
I like
doing the weird smoking kind of thing, and like you see these motes of dust that are just caught in midair, and it's beautiful. That's excellent. Thank you for that. And very slowly, a grin spreads across her face. We'll get back to that in a second.
Yeah. And I'm gonna hide in plain sight after I...
Okay, so to hide in plain sight, and for the viewers, that means that basically as long as she has anything to hide behind, she can do it. She doesn't have to roll for it because she's super duper fast. How fast are you?
Fast enough that I can run 2,000 miles.
You can move 2,000 miles an hour. Whether you run or not is up to you. Okay, so that means you will have to go back down the stairs and give up your position.
There's not a door up here I can get behind?
Well, you will have to go past her to do it.
Oh, okay, that comes that way.
She was
So,
on
I
the
mean,
call.
you certainly can if you want. And, I mean, she does have a condition applied now, so I'm not trying to railroad you. Do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, no, but there's nothing else at the top of the stairs. It's just straight up into that one room.
Yeah, I mean, there's like an end table with like a vase on it, or a vase, if you will. But yeah, it's a little light on
Then I'll
detritus.
just get back behind everybody.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Eric, it is your turn.
Okay.
You gonna punch another old lady?
No, he doesn't. He's not gonna do that.
You guys punch old ladies, and I'll just punch a bunch of teenagers. It'll be great.
Teenagers are my superpower. I'm stuck with all the old people. Anyway.
Honestly, I feel like he would just kind of like talk at her and just say like I know you're in there, Sarah. It's okay. You just have to fight through this. I don't want to hurt you.
Well, as was evidenced at the Gotterdammerung home, you know that there is some flicker of humanity still in there. So what do you want to? I'm gonna make you roll for it, but what do you want to roll?
I want to just kind of I guess persuade her to like fight through this. That she has the power to fight through this.
Okay, so you roll yours and I'll roll mine.
Let's see. 19.
Yeah. So tell me what you say.
I know it's hard. This thing has gripped you for so long, but you're stronger than it. It needs you. You don't need it.
And the blackness fades from her eyes for a second, and in painfully slow motion, she says, "Just leave."
Okay.
And she stops in her tracks. You can't tell because she's moving so slowly, but she does. So cool. Back to you, King Z.
Did you get a turn?
She goes after you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, trust
Okay.
me. Yeah, because you got 11, right? No.
25.
Oh, then yes, Jody, it's your turn. I am so sorry.
Yeah, I'm at the top of the order.
Okay, right. Sorry. Jody, your turn.
Okay, once she says that, I'm just going to everyone, including her sister, we need to go. I think we can't stop it from here. And try to persuade. I don't think these two need much persuading, but the art professor and the sister might. So.
And Regan, once Sarah stops strangling her, goes to say, just go! And she steps into the time freeze with Sarah, and for a moment they're kind of embracing, and slowly you see the blackness return to Sarah's eyes, and Aloysius is like, yes, let's go, now! So, do you want to just get out of the house?
I mean, I think so,
Okay.
I think we should bring the artists with us.
I can
They're
fly.
the ones that made this happen.
I can fly 4. I mean, can you keep her?
Can I keep her? Can I take that bubble traveling?
I'm gonna make you roll for it again, but yeah.
Okay.
Or rather, I'm going to try to resist it, but yeah. So here's what's gonna happen. Jen, I'm going to try and avoid your time freeze again.
Okay.
And let me see really quickly. Sorry, I've got my NPC stats here. Talk amongst yourselves. So I just make it. You could spend a hero point to improve your roll if you wish.
Can I spend a reroll
Or,
for it? Make her reroll?
yeah, I'll let you do that. Yeah, so just plop it in there. Yeah, that worked out much better in your favor. So now she has another condition applied to her. And she just kind of goes limp, and for a moment the darkness just completely fades from her eyes, and you can see her trying to connect the dots, but she's so frail, she's so old, she's disoriented from the time freeze that she just looks scared, basically. So for you, if you do want to fly her, I'm going to do an opposed will check with you.
Okay.
So just give me a d20 roll plus your will.
Okay.
Or presence.
Okay.
Yeah, you do presence and I'll do will.
Okay. It's 24.
Okay, and I got a 21. So do you just kind of what do you do?
Well, first I'm going to say, because I can carry 4. Reagan, do you want to come? Do you want to be with her?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's my sister. I have to take care of her.
Okay, so I'm basically just going to poop everyone out the door and asking you where we're headed. Because I don't know UCLA.
I know where the building is, right?
Yeah.
So I'll direct you.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm not going full speed because frail old woman, but, pretty fast.
Okay, so you managed to get everybody out of the house, and as soon as you open the front door, you see just the street full of UCLA students with these smoking black eyes, and you're up and over the house, and as you crest over the house and are heading towards campus, you see just this mob of students heading towards the Kirby Pavilion, and you do see a kind of green glow from Kingsley's blast.
Okay,
so
I know where we're going.
He's real easy to find.
Yeah.
Dr. Hill is hiding behind you. He's like, I don't know that we're properly equipped to deal with this, King.
How fast are you at running?
Not very.
Hop on my back. And I am going to...
Hold on. The baddies get a turn.
Oh, I forgot.
I was just providing some colorful commentary. So one of them is actually going to fire a bolt of shadow energy at you, and I get a natural 20. So that hits. And you need to make a toughness save versus 1 second here. You need to make a toughness save 19.
Rerolling.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay.
26.
Okay, cool. So for a moment, one of the students kind of turns into one of those shadow beings as it flings a bolt of dark energy at you that goes past your shoulder and shatters in that weird kind of iridescent pixely thing that it does.
And a sidestep. Whoosh.
Exactly. And another one's going to take a swing at you too, and that does not do so good. I should have asked even. Sorry, what's your dodge?
My dodge is only 7.
Okay. Well, that's 17 then.
Okay.
And that means that... No, that one doesn't hit. So they're swinging and missing at you. Okay. So now it is your turn again, Stephen.
Awesome. Up on my back. And I'm just going to bulldoze my way to the Kirby building.
Okay. Kirby Pavilion.
The Kirby Pavilion.
Thank you.
The Kirby butterfly.
Kirby Butterfly.
Yes.
Cool.
It's a very square butterfly.
So it is an older building, but in recent years it's gotten a facelift. So there's a great glass front and...
Yeah, I'm crashing through that.
Okay, great. And it's very dramatic. There's one panel of it untouched, and the next is just you crashing
You're
through.
like, get on my back.
Yeah,
and
with
it's like
Dr. Hill
and
on your back. Papery Man.
Papery
Thank
Man.
you for the resubs. And yeah, so you bust through, and he's like, "It's in the basement. It's down a floor, or at least it used to be. Are we safe?
No.
Great. Now you've trapped us here. What is your plan, by the way?
Oh, I'm going to blow it up.
Oh, well, better men than you've tried, but let's give it a shot. Maybe you've got something they don't.
Hey, I'm no man." And I start walking down the stairs.
Well done, Stephen. Well done. That is some grade A superheroics there. So, yeah, as you're flying over, you see this exchange, and then you see Kingsley take off for the Kirby Pavilion. And as you get closer, you can see the eyes starting to turn towards you.
I'm going to go straight through the
I did
now
leave a
open
nice
window.
knee-sized hole
Yeah.
for you guys to go through.
Yeah. Cool.
Careful not to catch like any old ladies on glass.
As we go, Chuck, there's one of the antennas was in the wall, we were told. So we may need to break some walls here. I have a feeling this may be your forte.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So as you make it down the stairs, there is a very dull hum, and the lights are flickering on and off. The rain's coming down in buckets now. And you hear footsteps coming down towards you. You do. And there's a tense moment, and then you're all reunited.
Ah, good. Thank you for joining me. How was your trip?
Short.
Yes. Do I have health insurance, by the way?
I mean, as an employee, you can buy into our healthcare plan.
But this is probably
You
a
have to opt
conversation
in.
we should have later.
Yeah, we can talk about it later, but you have to opt in at the beginning.
Aloysius perks up, and she says, "Jack?" And they have an exchange. I don't like having NPCs talk to each other,
It's a
so
little
if you
weird.
will, just imagine the art professor and the protege of the scientist who helped build the echo chamber debating about what to do about this. It's an abomination. We should have destroyed it ages ago. We tried that. It didn't work. Well, perhaps this is the day that we finally put this to rest. As you can see, we're about out of options now. And if we don't succeed, well, at least we won't suffer for very long.
I believe they dated.
Canon. They did date.
I don't have my I ship it signed,
Look,
so...
Doctor, we may need your help. Obviously, Sarah has some things that she needs some assistance with, and this is your field of expertise. So perhaps you can assist in terms of talking her through this process.
All right.
But while you do that, I think we need to get to work.
All right.
Is there a circuit breaker anywhere nearby?
Probably at the end of the hall. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in this
look.
building. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, let me. I found it.
Yeah. There's a circuit breaker there.
Let's shut it all down.
Okay. So you shut it down, and all of the lights go out. You can hear the pounding of rain outside. It's getting louder and louder, and I suppose one doesn't really hear. Well, I guess you can hear shuffling, right? I mean, it definitely, you can feel the air getting almost compressed as the bodies begin to come in to the King Z-shaped hole in the Kirby Pavilion.
Can we barricade that with anything? Anybody?
Is there anything like large pieces of furniture?
There's some
It is
benches.
an art building.
There's
Furnitures, couches.
yeah.
Canvas.
Furnitures.
Yes, there is some furnitures.
Furnitures.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Poppy Sidon's Furniture's Emporium.
Oh, Poppy Sidon.
Yeah, if there's anything that seems like it would block the hole that's 800 pounds or less, I would like to move it.
Yeah, no, there's a bunch of things that you can easily move over.
Yeah, I will start piling stuff in front of that hole.
Regan is sitting on a couch with Sarah, actually, and Dr. Hill, and you can see them talking, and he's trying to
No, just put it on top.
get her to respond, and she's very vacant right now, but the darkness is gone in her eyes, at least.
And I'm going to say to her, listen, Sarah, whatever you're going through, it's fine to feel the things you're feeling. That's absolutely valid. What you're experiencing is absolutely fine. It's not okay to take it out on other people, though.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt anybody. It was just such a beautiful vision in my head. It's caused so much pain.
Well, we can fix what's happening. We need your help, though.
Do you know where the vision, where it came from?
A dream. I had a dream one night of a man all in black with a giant glowing eye. He whispered to me and he said, Sarah, you are blessed with terrible purpose.
Okay.
He didn't specify what that purpose was.
No, but the echo chamber just came to me after that. Steven.
Yeah. Is this starting to ring any bells for King Z?
What kind of bells do you think it would ring?
Well, Eldritch being that's been put into a human body. Eldritch being speaking to people through dreams and opening up portals.
I'm gonna make
Just
you roll
saying,
for
we
it.
might have been neighbors.
No, I'm gonna make you roll for it. Do you have insight?
I do.
Okay.
It's that damn 8th dimension.
Ooh, those filthy 8
I
dimensioners.
think they're so great.
Hervé Village has lived in the 6th dimension.
They're half a dozen dimensions short of a something.
Yes. Well said, Jennifer.
I started out on that path and didn't have a destination.
17.
It's the journey.
It's
the
Monday
journey.
night.
It's Monday.
And just a reminder that we are giving away the Dice Envy set of the Brimstone,
Dice.
So for those of you who've been resubbing and donating as we've been going on, if you are in chat at the end of the show and you live in the United States, you are eligible to win this dice set. And I totally wasn't just vamping for Jody to get a water. I was
Good
partially
job.
doing that, but yes.
They're super cool.
Stay on till the end and you could get some swag.
And don't forget to check out Exclamation Point Raffle.
Okay, I'm gonna let you roll insight,
Okay.
to see if any of this seems familiar.
I got a 17.
Okay. I mean, you know, you're from another dimension. People transcending those to communicate with others is not uncommon. This particular one doesn't necessarily ring any bells, but there is something about everything that you're experiencing right now that feels really familiar to you in a very recent way. Almost like something is about to break through.
Okay. Who's ready to punch something really hard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might just be you.
Good.
No, I kind of really want to hit stuff right now.
Okay.
Yes, you will avenge your fragile boyfriend.
He's not dead.
He's not. I didn't say he was.
Well, don't you avenge when people are dead?
You can.
I always thought avenging was for. It was like revenge, but you're the good guy. Is that
Avenge
wrong?
my broken leg! Yeah, I guess that doesn't have the same kind of ring to it, does it? Okay.
Yeah. So I guess we go. Where is it?
So you're in the basement of the Kirby Pavilion.
Okay.
You've stacked all this stuff up against the stairwell, and there's definitely motion coming down the stairs, and you see kind of subtle bumps against it. They're not being overly aggressive, but they definitely want to get where you are. And as you're having your epiphany, and you ask them if they want to punch things, you see a portion of the wall that definitely wasn't there at one time, and around it is kind of a faint glow of this white-gray light.
Ah, very good. That's where I'll punch first.
All right, so I need you to roll me a punch-in.
That's a 30.
Okay, yeah, you just, it's reinforced, but even so, you put a nice big chunk in it, and just like that, this... an incredibly intense burst of that white-gray light is flooding the area, and that discordant comes through as well. But there's a lot more wall to break down, so...
Cool, I'm gonna go ahead and here's Johnny it.
Okay.
What do I see?
So yeah, you see this room lined with mirrors and these very old video cameras and this very old sound system with like the old like air raid siren speakers that are just kind of doing this infrasound blah blah blah. And I need you to actually roll me a fortitude save.
Ooh. That's a 14.
All right, so Steven, you...
Paint me a word picture, Michael.
You are dazed.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, everybody roll me a fortitude save. You rolled a 14, Steven?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
18.
I'm gonna
You're okay.
spend a reroll.
19.
Okay, you're okay too.
Nope. That's a 6.
Okay, so you are also dazed. And that means that you can only take a single standard action. Now, you can use that action to move, but you cannot move and act. You can take an action to try and recover from that if you want. We're not...
Are we still in our initiative order?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not going to make you reroll again. But yeah, there's a bigger hole in the wall now, and that's clearly where the echo chamber is. So, Stephen, you were at the top of the round. Jen, it is now you.
So what can I see from where I am?
Well, if you take a quick peek through the hole that Kingsley has opened, you do see the weird flickering on the TV screens bouncing into the
Even
mirrors.
though the power's cut, it's still going?
Mhm.
Okay. Is there anything I can pick up to shatter the mirrors?
Well, you would have to actually get in there.
Okay.
How big was the hole that you... I mean, what were you aiming to do?
I was aiming to knock down the wall.
Okay.
So I probably made it as big as I could.
All right, so yes. So now there is a Kingsley-sized hole that you can see through.
We got one here, we got one there, we got King Z-size holes everywhere.
Well, I mean, there's the video cameras, there's, pieces of apparatus around there. Are you stepping into the room?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, I want to stay out of the room and try and do what I can from out here first and minimize that variation. Not variation, the...
Distortion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah, what can you tell us? Is there anything you can tell us to help us?
I don't remember.
Okay, that's okay. And I pick up... Is there anything I can throw at the mirrors from here?
Well, I
cameras or
mean,
the
you
TVs?
could certainly take a piece of furniture that Skylar here has stacked against the stairwell to try to get it, if you want.
I mean, we need that reinforcement, so I don't want to do that. What else is in the room where we are?
I will say near you there is like an old piece of equipment that kind of looks like an oscilloscope or something.
Okay.
School issue. It's got the serial number etched in with the old tool. Yeah, I will allow that.
Okay. I guess I will take that and... So we have our TVs, mirrors. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna throw it at the whatever I can hit from where I am.
Okay.
Try and break stuff.
So you are close to a camera. I will say that.
Okay.
Because the cameras are kind of on the periphery and the TVs are closer, so that's what's causing the feedback and it's bouncing in the mirrors and everything. Okay. I'm gonna make you roll. What is your throwing? It should just be
My throwing distance?
Yeah. So that's what you're gonna add.
Oh, okay.
So just roll a d20, add that.
I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll that.
Okay.
Yeah.
11.
Okay. So you do not hit.
Okay.
As you go to throw it, the distortion kind of gets to you and it makes you go long. And it skids to a halt right near one of the mirrors. And as it does, you see ever so briefly its reflection kind of change into another piece of equipment and then form back into what you had thrown.
Okay.
Eric, it is your turn.
Okay.
And then Jody. I'm not going to forget Jody ever again.
Oh.
Well, I did it twice now. I feel bad.
Chuck is gonna step into the room.
Wow. Okay. I need you to make me another fortitude check.
Yeah, we'll do. And that's gonna be 22.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely make it. So it's a little disorienting at first, but as soon as you step through, I don't want to say acclimate, but it's not getting to you. So you see the totality of the echo chamber installation now, and you see dozens of reflections of yourself that kind of undulate and change before your eyes. It's hard to focus on them for any great length of time.
Yeah.
And that wah is getting louder and louder the further you get into the room.
Okay. So if I understand some of this right, I have advantage in power attack. I can trade my attack bonus for an effect bonus, meaning that my +8 would go to the effect and not the roll.
Yeah, you can diminish your attack roll to go to the effect, and that's what you want to do?
Yeah, and I can spend my hero's point, I assume my hero point for heroic feat, where I gain the benefit of 1 rank you have advantage. So I can basically spend this to do my attack bonus as well as a power attack. Is that what
they don't really stack, but I understand what you were going for there.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
And because everybody can do a power attack, but since you have the advantage, you can actually get up to a +5 on the effect if you want. But you don't have to spend anything for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Chuck enters, and I want him to do one of those...
Do you reload your arms?
No.
Okay.
No. He's not reloading his arms. He's charging his muscles.
That doesn't make it any better.
He does a full-on Hulk clap, like Sonic.
Oh, I love
Nice.
That's what I want him
Fuck
to do.
yeah.
He just steps into the middle and just goes wham with like as much strength as he can muster.
Okay. So, you were taking 5 away from your attack.
Yeah.
So just tell me what you got.
Okay. I got these to spend.
Okay. Hail Boogie, thank you for the bits, buddy.
Blame it on the boogie.
Get it? That was a 20, but it
Salt
didn't
of the
land
earth, that
inside,
guy.
So,
No.
Ooh.
it was a 20, but
feel like I should
it
make you
didn't land
keep that.
inside. But
It was a natural 1, everybody.
Stop doing that.
Yeah, the ones that land outside are great.
Oh, that's fine. Well, yeah.
Yeah, no, I won't do it.
I'll keep you honest.
Well, normally it's +8, so I'm -5 at this.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be
+3?
15, 17.
Okay. What do you... So you're just kind of doing...
Just like a... wham.
Okay, so let's say that you are just kind of aiming at a bank of mirrors.
Yeah.
Okay, witless me!
Witless.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Just like, I mean, he can't hit everything, obviously, but he can...
Right, so they can't dodge, per se.
They are TVs.
No mirror. I think he's aiming at the mirrors.
Which means... Okay, so the sonic wave pushes forward and you definitely see cracks start to form in the bank right in front of you. And it's weird because the images of you on the other side of that mirrors kind of dissipate almost intelligently as you do so. And Jody, it's your turn.
How much can I see from where I am? Because I can only act or move.
Right.
So what can I see through the hole from where I'm standing?
So you don't see Chuck anymore. You do see the piece of equipment that Nicola threw in. And you can see one of the cameras. You can see the camera that she tried to throw it at specifically.
Okay, I'm going to use the thing she threw as a telekinetic projectile to take out the camera.
Okay.
Because I don't need to move to do that.
Okay, so roll for your effect.
That is 22.
Yeah, that's going to do it. So what does that look like? How do you throw it, but do you like try to bring it back to you, or
Yeah, actually, she brings it out to give it more. Like I mean, she's not stupid, but she might not think like inertia,
right?
But more oomph. So she pulls it back and then fires it and just
So as
right
you
into the camera.
As you do so, it kind of upends on its tripod and it teeters very poetically on one leg just for a moment and then falls to the ground, disrupting that one little portion of the signal. And in that portion of the room, because of the way the TV that it was focusing on was reflecting, you can see part of the disturbed signal in those mirrors stop for a second. And the reflection is just a normal reflection of the camera that is now on the ground. It does seem like it's twitching almost, though, with a weird life of its own. So the baddies are going to continue to push against the makeshift barricade. Sarah's kind of rocking back and forth and mumbling to herself, and Regan is crying. Aloysius is looking at you guys as if to say, do something! And Dr. Hill's like, this wasn't supposed to happen. This wasn't supposed to happen! And that's all that happens this turn.
Ooh.
Steven, it's your turn.
Okay.
Remember that you are dazed.
Yes.
Great. And that has been our game of Shadows of the Mirror Man. Just kidding.
When are you going to show your actual face? I'm getting quite tired of this.
Interesting bluff. Okay.
I would like to fascinate with intimidation again.
Okay.
That would be a, let's see, 17.
Give me 1 second, please. Okay. And for a moment, there is the slightest pause in the effect. And then it almost intensifies. So I need you to make me a fortitude save since you are in the middle of the room.
22.
Okay, you make it. There is that moment of disorientation again, almost like you're in an elevator, and then it stops. But for a split second, in the cracked mirror that you see, it almost seems like there is one single figure that is clear, even despite the fractures in the mirror itself. Jen, it's your turn.
My fortitude isn't great. It's okay, actually. I'm going to go ahead and get in that room.
Okay.
And I don't really have anything to use as a weapon against this stuff, but I want to try and break the cameras.
Okay.
I think that's the best bet here.
Okay,
right
so
now.
since you have quickness and your speed, you can definitely get in there. I'm going to need to have a fortitude check, though.
Yeah. Oof. That's a 9. I have a hero point, but that is all I have left.
And you are now dazed.
I am dazed.
Okay. So moving in the room, let's say, is your action, and now you are dazed.
Okay.
But you're in the room now.
Okay.
So there's
does evasion matter here? I have a...
No.
Okay.
But I can see what you were going for there.
Yeah.
But no, it does not apply in this case. Let's see. Eric, it's your turn.
All right. So I
Right?
see.
Steven?
Yes,
Yes.
me.
Okay.
So
Oh, but you didn't actually take your turn, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Did.
That's
I
right.
tried-
That's
I
right.
basically
you called it out.
BDE'd it.
Sorry.
and this figure's like kind of like walking towards us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, it seems like it's on the other side of a mirror though, and that mirror is cracked. So I don't know what I would do. So I guess I just continue to smash some stuff. I'm gonna smash a camera.
Okay. I'm going to make you roll for smashy, but you don't have to get very high.
Yeah. So it's 16.
Okay.
I can't math.
So yeah, the camera again topples over with a and another little portion of the TV banks stop producing the distortion. So that's cool.
I don't push it over. I just crush it with my hands.
Great, even better. You crushed the baby.
Yeah.
I'm missing a few.
Not a baby.
Are you?
Yeah, 'cause I don't have the notes on
Yes,
what
that's your catchphrase.
what Stan told us as he passed away.
I don't know that Stan said very much.
It was just, I think it was just sort of a general, like,
You're the
go
ones
get
that
'em.
can
Yeah.
do
you can
what...
be heroes just for one day.
Yeah, exactly.
David Bowie.
Who?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Indie artist, you've never heard of him.
I'm getting dehydrated.
That actor?
But Jody, yes, it is your turn.
He was in Firewalk with me.
And he was also
So that
in,
camera that I
Master-
knocked over the previous turn, I want to use that as a
in like 3 movies.
telekinetic projectile. I don't know if I can see anything else to hit.
I mean, you can just kind of blindly fling it.
I saw, like, you said I could see the mirror.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
you
you
can
could
see
flatline
one
it.
bank
I was
of
like,
mirrors, but
Yeah,
there's another one.
I'm going
Flatliners
to basically lift up the camera and the tripod and as wide as possible to impact as many mirrors as possible.
Okay, you're gonna have to beat a pretty high number since you are flying blind.
Okay.
Or actually, no, I'm gonna give you a -2 penalty because you can't really see what you're doing.
Okay.
So basically, we are just using your telekinetic projectile or
Do I
throw.
have to-
Actually,
Yeah.
Do I have to make another
Yeah.
fortitude save because I stayed in on my turn?
yes, please.
Let's see. That's 18.
Okay, you make it.
Okay, so it'll be a 3 instead of a 5.
Mhm.
That is a 22.
Okay, so there is another camera that you managed to knock over as well, and
Or I was aiming for the mirrors.
the mirrors. Okay, then
Yeah.
you managed to break another little bank of mirrors, and you see again dozens of reflections of yourself scattering. In one, you're wearing a suit of armor. In another, you're superhero trope. Fill in the blank. I don't know. What do you see?
In I guess in the other, like, he sees the suit of armor, and then in the other one, he has 2 bionic arms.
Nice.
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 Love it. Love it.
This is very Catwoman number 13 from 0 Hour.
Indeed.
She literally like pauses in front of a row of mirrors, and it's like every costume she's had in every like
that's
ever
awesome.
your other or Elseworlds, and yeah, it's cool.
Fantastic. Okay, so now that that is done, the assembled students of UCLA seem to be losing a little bit of their mob mentality, and you hear interspersed with a from the crowd more like, wait, what am I doing here?
I'm late for class.
Teaches you critical thinking.
What's going on here?
Who's
Go
in
do
that
your
molly?
Pop quiz.
Wait, is this the art building?
Oh god, my dad's
Novels
gonna be
due
so
tomorrow.
pissed.
And then
Proof of
Sarah,
what
in a
about LA?
very terrifying moment of clarity, as the sound in the echo chamber pauses for a second, she says, "He's almost here." And Regan and Aloysius both pause and look towards you, and Dr. Hill steps into the echo chamber. And he does not make his fortitude save. So as soon as he crosses the boundary, he drops to a knee.
I'll handle it. Oh god.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's
I'll take care of. Oh my god.
Oh no!
follow me! I know the way!
Nope.
I'll save me.
No, no.
And yeah, he drops to a knee and he's trying to focus on you. Sorry, Dom, should I be paying attention to this, or did you just move excitedly?
I just moved excited.
Excellent.
Yay.
I like it when you move excitedly.
Oh my.
And he reaches out a finger and he points at the mirror that you see the figure, and it's like almost right up on the cracks of the mirror, and you can see the cracks of the mirror start to unfurl. And it's a shadowy figure about 8 feet tall that is beginning to coalesce, for lack of a better term. And it knocks on the mirror in front of you. Steven, it's your turn.
I'm walking in.
Okay, make a fortitude save, please.
That is a 21.
Okay, so you make it.
And I'm walking directly to the mirror the figure is at.
Okay, and that's your only action because you are still dazed.
Can I still do something narratively, just not mechanically?
Mm-hmm, yeah. All right, Jen, it's your turn.
I am also dazed, so
And you can, again, not reading you, you can take an action to recover from that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that is a standard action. But you can only do it once per combat, so...
Well, shoot.
But you're damaged now.
does it feel like the thing that is messing with our heads is the visual? Is it the auditory? Is it?
I mean, the
Can
whole
I
thing is
tell?
kind of hallucinatory.
Right.
At this point, I would say that it's probably more of the auditory than the visual, since
Okay.
the cameras are broken and some of the mirrors are cracked now.
I start singing. I don't sing well, but I sing loudly.
What song?
That I don't know. I was trying to think.
What did Adam Levine sing last night?
You know,
Oh!
she's of all the things that you would expect her to sing, she starts singing an aria,
Oh, fascinating.
which is
Ave Maria?
sure.
Okay.
Ave Maria.
Okay.
Just wildly off tune.
Yeah, but she's it's not great at all.
And the figure steps back for just a moment and then presses forward against the mirror. Anything else you'd like to do?
I would like to spend my action to try and break the
Okay.
enchantment.
Great. So yeah, you just declare that you do it, and you are no longer dazed.
Sweet.
You get your bearings in the room, and nobody else is going to have to make a fortitude check. But
Cool.
if you want to recover, you're going to have to take an action to do it.
Darn. Okay.
And remember, you can only do that once per combat.
Yes, yes.
So anyway, Eric, it's your turn.
So I see this thing starting to coalesce on the other side of the glass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just smash the glass.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll for that, but as soon as you do, two shadowy hands reach out and not painfully grab you, but just reassuredly latch on. And you can feel pressure pulling against you.
Oh,
Okay.
perfect.
Jody, it's your turn.
I think I want to spend my hero point to recover.
Okay, you don't have to recover, or you don't have to spend the hero point.
But then I can't act in this turn.
No, that's right. Yes, here, give me
Yeah.
your hero point. Make with a give.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can recover with your hero
Yes,
point. And then
sorry.
now
But if I go in the room, I have to then actually.
Yes, but it's lower now.
Yeah, but my fortitude is like nothing.
Okay.
Well, you don't have to roll it again, right?
Yeah.
If I go in the room, I do.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's what I was.
We don't have to roll.
Yeah, no, now that you're in the room, you don't have to. But if you want to cross the boundary, you do.
Actually, I'll take that hero point back and then just spend my action to recover because I
Yes,
don't
the
think there's.
zip gap.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll take that back.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll just recover from the daze and say to the mere mortals in the room, you might want to get back as much as you can.
Yes. Yes. And Dr. Hill kind of stumbles back, and you hear Sarah scream from the hallway, "He's here!"
Some Lovecrafty bullshit. I'm here for it.
Yeah. And then very calmly, the shadowy hands let go of you, and this figure steps forward. And for a moment, in the swirling miasma that is making this figure up, you do see one glowing orb in the center. And then it kind of takes the form of a very gaunt, very tall man in elegant clothing who tenses his hands and he says, "Thank you so much. I didn't think that I was ever going to get out, and I've been trying so very hard for so very long."
I can just hear that from outside the room, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's got kind of a Crispin Glover vibe.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, he's not speaking loudly, but the sound carries. And he lightly snaps his fingers, and the discordant noise and the flicker of the TVs and the cameras stop. But that really intense gray-white light just kind of overtakes you for a second as it bathes the room, and he is just such a perfect absence of that.
cool. Cool. I spear him.
You spear him, eh? Okay, so what does that entail?
All right. Eric, you might have to correct me on this one, but a spear is when you basically run up, dive tackle, and just try to pin him.
Why would Eric correct you on that?
I thought you knew more about wrestling.
A little bit, yeah. He wants
Oh, okay, it's a wrestling thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
like a Goldberg.
I'm doing a Goldberg.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to make the noise though.
What was his noise?
It's just like a grunt yell thing. Yeah.
Like that? Was
It's
that
more
it?
like kind of like a scream. It's like brah!
There you go.
All right.
Yes, I make a brah noise.
Okay. I'll allow it, but on your next turn, you're going to have to clear that dazed condition if you want to
That
get...
sounds fair.
Okay. You got to beat a 20 with an unarmed attack.
Cool.
You keep saying that. I don't think it means what you think it
That's a
means.
28.
No, I think it does mean what he thinks it means.
Okay, and what is the DC toughness against that?
22.
Okay. Give me 1 1 second here. Does not make it. So he failed by 2 degrees of failure. So he is also now dazed. It's
With a -1 penalty.
Yes, he is. So as he has taken form, it's kind of caught him off guard. It's like he hasn't been in a body in a while. So you do knock him off to the side, and he does this very unnerving kind of ragdoll thing. And then as soon as you stop, he stands back up again. Well, that's very rude. But I suppose I've been rude as well, and I've not introduced myself. I've gone by so many names over the years. You may call me Mr. Tenebrae. And I believe I have something that you want.
What?
How would you like to go home? Yes, King. You can be as tall as you wish, as strong as you wish. And all I ask is that you let me walk out of here. You must understand. I am from the beginning of time. I am the darkness before creation. I am raw potential. And I've been trapped for so long. I've made incursions out here and there, invading dreams.
You think this monologuing thing is new, inventive?
And you have something I want.
And you have something I want, I yell from the other room.
And what's that?
My boyfriend back.
Ah, yes, the science boy. That was an unfortunate accident, but they do say that curiosity killed the cat.
He's not a cat.
And he's not dead.
Then it's a completely irrelevant metaphor.
Can I just walk into the room?
Yes, you can walk into the room. You don't have to make a fortitude check, anything. And you, I believe I have something you want as well.
This isn't a trade situation.
Why not?
Because we didn't come here to trade.
I can destroy you. Would you prefer that?
No?
Well, if you don't take what I have to offer, then I'm left with no choice.
That's not exactly an exchange, then.
What do you want in exchange, anyway?
I want the freedom to move unfettered. This body that you see before you will only hold so long. I need other vessels to inhabit, to get out of the prison that I've been in, and your Icarus will allow me so many powerful bodies to do that with.
Oh.
And I give you the knowledge that will be brought by inhabiting those bodies. Not just on this world, but countless others across so many dimensions. Wouldn't that interest you?
Why should we trust anything you're saying?
A fair question. I've given you no reason to trust me.
Yeah, you really suck.
What is this suck of which you speak?
It means you're awful and we don't like you.
I would say that I'm misunderstood. I'm a being of instinct. There's no denying that. And sometimes my instincts get the better of me, but I assure you, I only want to provide potential to those willing to exploit it.
So basically you want us to let you, like, jump around between people like you're the measles or some crap, and we're supposed to convince everyone not to take vaccines anymore?
Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem unfair to me. I will give them things in exchange as well. Now that I am free of my prison, my powers will expand exponentially. They will solidify. I will no longer be acting on pure instinct, and I will be able to fulfill so many destinies. Why are you afraid of the darkness before the dawn?
Where are you from?
I am from creation itself. I am raw potential.
Be more specific, please.
Yeah, raw is not generally healthy. The only thing I like raw is sushi, and I only get that from about 2 places in town.
What's your parry, Jen?
8.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna hit. What's your toughness?
7/2.
So you gotta beat a 29. Mm-hmm.
Just gonna power that up.
Okay. So what exactly are you doing?
What exactly is he trying to do?
You see him charging up a hand full of dark energy, absence of light energy, perfect black energy.
I'm gonna take a shard of glass, throw it at him, and slice his hand off.
Okay. Oh, we'll call that an instant counter, because that's something you can do with a hero point. Yeah, so as...
Congrats, you just got us the explicit comic.
Yes.
Rating.
This is Mutants and Masterminds Max, for everybody who understands that reference.
People get their hands chopped off all the time in Star Wars, and that's PG.
Yeah.
As long as there's no blood, you know.
I mean, we're right near a hospital.
I don't think I'm allowed back in that hospital, but that's beside the point.
So, yes,
There's a doctor with us.
as he fires a bolt of absolute black energy at you, you manage to throw a shard that redirects it and almost infects another pane of glass, and it starts to sizzle and disintegrate. Well, no, that's just very rude.
By the way, and I take out my phone and I show him that Kingsley's camera's been on the whole time and it's been broadcasting to Icarus. The whole network's gotten exactly what he's been saying.
She did never turn that off.
She didn't. And your battery is draining really fast.
Oh, Kingsley's battery is fucked.
Oh, sure.
Doesn't matter.
I'm
the
sure.
core of that got out, though.
I'm sure being all around all that radiation too isn't helping.
He has to go to the mall kiosk and get the battery replaced at least twice a month.
Yeah. Eric, there's a beer in that fridge. Would you get it for me, please? It's 10 o'clock. It's beer time. It's 10:13. It's beer time. Thank you. Okay, so we are now really real in combat. Dr. Hill and Aloysius are trying to get Sarah and Regan back up out the stairs, so they're working to move the barricade that you put up, and you can hear students on the other side trying to help. Is everybody okay down there? What's going? Oh my God, is that Skylar?
Stay back, please. I'll do the selfie thing later.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for you.
Okay,
Thank
help
you.
the people going upstairs. They need help.
Yeah, okay, yeah, thank you. Oh, hey,
Respect the elderly.
Will you follow me back?
And you didn't have to punch any old people
I have this
this
great
time.
idea for now.
Instead, we got a really cool time freeze scene with one of the old people, which is much better, I find.
It gave her like a whole extra like half an hour to her life, right? Yeah.
To not punching old people on a Monday night.
Hey!
Yeah.
It's the least we could do. All right, Steven, it is your turn.
I am going to go ahead and spend this to get rid of it.
Awesome. Okay.
While also checking a picture on my phone.
Okay. Oh, taking a picture on your phone.
No, checking a picture.
Okay, which picture?
It is a picture that was taken pretty much after Prince Z and King Z were put in human bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of the first time King Z ever saw him as a person. So he's kind of going through that right now.
Okay.
So that's narrative stuff.
Okay, that's a free action. Sure.
Yeah. Free action for angst.
Yeah, little sentimentality. I love it. Love it. All right, Jen, it's your turn.
So what is he doing now?
He is hovering menacingly,
I'll time
as
freeze him.
supervillains are wont to do.
They do love to hover.
I'll go ahead and time freeze him.
Okay, cool. What is the resistance on that?
18 will.
Okay, cool. Cool. He makes it.
Okay.
So I'm trying to picture what this would look at. So yeah, you try to just basically slow time around him. And for a slight moment, his darkness seems to flicker almost, for lack of a better word. And then it re-solidifies and he just raises a finger. Because, that's also what antagonists do.
They tut.
Eric, it's your turn.
I'm gonna grab him.
Okay.
So it's an attack check.
Against my dodge?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 16.
No, that does not make it.
I spend my last reroll because I got so many of them. 15.
Nope, that does not make it either.
Okay.
He's good at the dodging.
Okay. Skylar liked her boss's idea of throwing glass at him, so she's going to basically telekinetic projectile with all the broken glass. In the
Cool,
floor.
and I
Just
do
like
not
it
get
all-
a dodge on... Oh, no, I do get a chance to dodge on that, but...
Yeah, but basically it all raises up, shakes, and then just...
Awesome. I really like that set piece. Well done. You should... Have you considered writing comic books?
I thought about it. I don't think... do people read comics? I don't know.
No. Especially not girls.
And he is able to kind of break himself
gays don't
into a bunch
about
of
that.
different parts of himself. And he avoids all of your projectiles.
I don't like this guy.
Yeah.
This guy's an asshole.
Now he's real focused on you. So
Oh,
what is
boy.
your parry?
2.
Okay. He closes the distance between you, and he is basically just going to reach out and grab you. He's not going to do anything super and weird and shadowy, but he gets a 24, so 10 plus your parry is less than that.
Yeah.
So you need to do... You only need to beat a 16.
For toughness?
Toughness, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
And don't forget,
20.
it does have the day's -1 penalty on it.
Yes, but that's only to resist damage on him.
Okay.
Which...
So 20.
Thank you, though. Okay. Yeah, so he kind of grabs at you, and yeah, you manage to sidestep.
I'm used to this, like, dealing with this on the streets of LA sometimes.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
It's whatever.
You're lucky that it's been so long since I've been in a body, but don't worry. I'll learn how to drive this thing soon enough. Steven, it's your turn.
Awesome. I'm gonna chokeslam the motherfucker.
Okay. So, you need to get better than 20.
You've got to be kidding me.
Was it a natural 1?
It's a 19.
Yeah, that doesn't hit. I'm sorry. But you charge at him trying to...
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And yeah.
Throw the phone, just gunning for him.
Yep, he manages to step out of the way, or float out of the way just in time. Jen, it's your turn.
Fight like a man, you coward.
I am no man, and I am no coward.
It's a
And
good
I
retort.
am Noel Coward.
Hi, I'm no coward.
Wait, he was the villain all along?
Yes, I know. Nobody suspects Noel Coward. Sorry. Also, for those of you at home, I want you to queue up C within a C by the Horrors right now to underscore this battle. You're welcome. And I will share it with you guys afterwards because
We
we
don't
can't
have the
play
rights-
live
we
on
can't
stream.
play.
Yeah.
We tried.
It's very expensive. We never found out how they trapped in the 40s, right? We never got anything on that. I guess I'll try and time trap or time freeze again.
Mm-hmm. What's my resistance there? I'm sorry.
18 will.
Okay. Yep, he makes it. He's tough.
Yeah.
He's almost like a big
He
bad.
is.
Yeah.
And then I guess I'll try and get to a more advantageous position for
Okay.
this.
I mean, if you're willing to duck out of the room, you can definitely hide in plain sight.
Yeah.
Okay. So, cool. Eric.
I'm gonna punch him.
All right, punch him.
No.
We should definitely do a duo punch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, team up.
I like it. Jody.
Okay,
I'll throw you
she's
at him.
pissed that the glass didn't work, so she's gonna actually pick up the TVs now and chuck them at him.
Okay. Telekinetic projectiles.
Yeah, telekinetic projectile. Just bigger this time. Less sharp, more blunt.
Awesome.
So, that's a 12.
Okay. Actually, for your telekinetic projectiles, though, it's range or area effect, right?
Yeah.
So basically, you just tell me that you do it, and then
Okay.
it's up to me to try to
Okay, got it.
get out of it. And he does, though. That's the thing. But that's okay, because you're trying. And he's just really interested in you, because you keep trying to attack him. So now...
I mean, so is everybody, but sure.
Okay.
No, that's fine.
And your dodge is what, again?
2.
2. Okay.
Or, sorry, dodge is 3. Parry
Okay.
is 2.
Okay, so he hits you, and I need you to get better than... You need to get better than a 21.
For toughness?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 21.
Okay. So immediately in front of you, he opens this portal. And on the other side of the portal, you can see another dimension. It's kind of poorly defined, but it seems like it's trying to suck you in. And in your moment of resistance, it closes back up again.
That's bad.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the time knife.
All right. And then he's actually going to try to get out of the room with his move on his turn. So, Steven, it's your turn.
Awesome. Duo attack.
Sure.
Cool.
What do I do?
Well, this would be a team attack like
you
we
must
did.
simultaneously.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, Eric, you just need to get better than a 10 on an attack check, and then that will contribute to Steven's success.
Right. So I'm literally just picking you up in fastball special.
Which is funny because how tall is your guy?
He's 5'8".
Yeah, 6'2".
Yeah.
So this should be funny.
It's the reverse of the fastball special.
The wrecking ball.
Yeah, so that's 24.
Okay, so that actually gives you a +5 on your roll.
Hell yeah. So now, Michael, I'm rolling with a +5.
Uh-huh.
That means I'm rolling with a 21.
Uh-huh. You could roll a 1.
That's fair. Okay.
I don't think it's likely.
Let me just get that back here. I lommeled. Lommel. You have got to be shitting me. I rolled a 2. So 23.
Okay, well, you do hit. So, what is the DC for my toughness check?
DC 22.
Okay, I can do this. And I do.
You gotta be kidding me.
Nope. So, Chuck throws you at
He chucks me.
No.
I'm not sorry.
Clock out and go home.
I live here.
As long as you don't upchuck.
Oof.
Good night, everybody. No, so yeah, he throws you at Mr. Tenebrae, who, again, sidesteps you, and is very interested in you now. But it is not his turn, it is Jen's turn.
I want to lay a time trap, I guess, and see if that
yeah,
works
because there's
better.
tons of shit around now.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and dart around laying that down.
Mm-hmm.
It's selective, so him.
Okay. So...
It's DC 23.
And he does... that's actually to resist damage, and he does not dodge it.
Well, I thought the damage was the DC 18.
No, that's to dodge it.
Oh,
DC 23 is the damage.
Okay.
I read up on everything before the game this
Okay.
time, just to make sure. Not that we were doing it,
Dang it.
completely wrong before, but yeah. So now I've got to beat a 23 on my toughness roll.
Okay.
I don't have a good feeling about this for some reason. 24. Just did it.
Does anyone have a reroll they can spend
Nope.
to make him reroll?
I got nothing, but
spent
Oh, wait,
what
I
would be
do.
really
Okay,
what
yeah.
would be really great
All
here
right.
is
It's my
a
last
hero
reroll.
point to find out his weakness.
And I do not make it this time.
Hooray!
So I'm now at a -2.
And you're gonna take some damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, that is my damage. So now I've got a -2
Oh,
He's
against.
staggered?
Mm-hmm.
No, this wasn't the time freeze. This was the time trap that does the burst damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah. So you hit him. It's just since I missed my toughness check.
Got it. I'm
I've
sorry.
got a no. You're totally fine.
Yeah.
No, he is not staggered. He just has now -2 to any further checks.
Okay.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
But he is dazed until the end of his next turn. So there's that. So there we go. Okay. And he is going to try to... It's Eric's turn, actually. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, if I'm reading this correctly, finishing attack is basically an auto hit, but he's got a DC 10 on it. So he
Also, for finishing attack, he has to be immobilized or
Okay.
incapacitated.
All right.
So he is not that yet.
All right. So I'm just gonna try and punch him.
Okay.
So that is
You just got to beat a 20.
23.
Yep, that hits. And
DC 27.
okay. No, he does not make it.
Nice.
So I'm actually, let's see. So I have another -1. So you're taking some chunks out of him now.
Is it -3 now?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Okay, so Jody, it's your turn.
So I had like Jen's idea. I want to use my hero point and see if I can get inspiration because she got a glimpse into his home dimension. And is there anything in there that would clue her into any sort of weakness or how to take him out?
That is a very good question. And it says very clearly here, it's up to the GM to determine how much help the hero point supplies, but it should be worth, italicized, a hero point. Okay. So yeah, you see, it's hard to describe. In your soul, you know what it means, but it's the antithesis of that light. Whereas he is a being of pure darkness, and he kind of exists in this weird white-gray light. Whatever is on the other side of that portal is the opposite of that. Yeah, wrap your mind around that.
So he is dark, but he is okay in light. But
Certain light.
Certain light.
Yeah. Daylight. Why don't we say daylight?
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any windows in the basement?
No.
No.
There's also no basement in the Alamo.
Yeah.
Do you tell us this?
There's no basement in the Alamo?
Daylight. Any ideas, guys? Daylight.
I can make a giant flashbang out of my throat.
That's true.
Sounded so gross, I couldn't stop myself. Like,
Pretty horrible.
Sarah and all the
Everybody got away. Everybody's
all
the
this stuff
Yep.
is the barricade has been moved.
Yeah.
Is there? But there's not really daylight coming down from there.
But there is a way out now.
There is a way out now, but there's a way out for him too, which is not good. Is it possible to telekinetically pull the stairs down so he can't? Because I can fly the rest of us up, but if he...
When you say pull the stairs down, what would that look like?
I was thinking more of like
Carrie?
a basement, like almost like the metal stairs, where you just like peel them back and back down on the other way. So, although he's hovering, so I don't know if that would help him much, but
Certainly worth a shot.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll allow it.
yeah.
I will for sure allow it. And since you're basically just ripping that out of the wall, I'm not going to make you roll for that because it can't defend itself. But yeah, so dramatically you just get a classic telekinetic ability stuff.
Yeah.
And you can see he is trying to make good on his escape, and that kind of hinders him for just a second. And it is his turn, so he is actually going to... What is he going to do? Well, he's gonna recover one of these. And so that is his standard action, and he's going to try to move around the now disabled stairs, but that is all he is doing on this turn, and he can now not recover anything else. So there's that. Steven, top of the round.
cool. Yeah, I'm gonna choke. I'm gonna try to choke him again.
Okay.
Or I said daylight.
Daylight.
Yeah.
Daylight. Could I grab him and jump through the window again?
Not on this turn. You can grab him, but it's going to be another move to at least get up the stairs, and then on your next turn...
There's
you're
also
gonna-
no stairs, so...
Yeah.
But I
Okay.
mean, you can leap or whatever. Can
True.
you? Don't you have leap?
I don't have the leap ability, but
Okay.
I do have enough strength and everything to kind of make up for that.
It's up to you. I will allow it.
I'm gonna try to choke slam him.
Okay. Do it, dude.
You gotta be shitting me. Alright, that's a 20.
Okay, well that just does it.
Oh, cool.
It just does it.
Right.
Okay, and what's the toughness on that?
We're looking for 22 here, Bob.
Okay, so it's 2 degrees of failure. So he's dazed again, and now he's at a -3 to resist anything else. Why do you insist on fighting me when I can give you what you want, King Zed?
He gets very close, and there's one of those zoom-in panels.
Mm-hmm.
My son happens to like it here.
Sentimentality!
So, Moving right along.
Okay. Jennifer, it's your turn. Nicola, sorry.
That seemed to work last time. Let's do that again, I guess.
Okay.
Time traps.
Cool.
On him.
1 sec. He does not dodge.
I have him pinned.
So he does not save. So that is he is staggered.
Okay.
Which means that if he fails another one, then he is incapacitated.
Sweet.
So there's that. Cool. What does it look like though when you do that?
On that one, he's completely locked in by King Z. So anything around him is just going to keep him from moving. Anytime he tries to move, something's going to be stabbing at him and keeping him exactly where he is.
Okay. And he is starting to lose a little bit of structural integrity. That's really the only way to describe it. It's not like he's bleeding, nothing's broken, but he is starting to disincorporate a little bit. So Eric, it's your turn.
All right. Do we want to take him outside?
I mean, he's kind of breaking up. Can we just keep, like, smashing him? And that might do it.
Good fling both of us outside.
Okay.
I can take the hit.
I can... well, it's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to get out. We want him in the sunlight.
I guess so.
All right.
Done this conversation while still just holding him
I
down.
can fly all 4 of us up to my turn.
So I want to, like, basically grab hold of them, and yeah, I mean, if I have to use a hero point, I can't, and I'm fine with that. We've never discussed, like, because the character does have flight in his character sheet.
That's up to you.
And
man.
what I want to say, it's not so much that it's true flight, but he's just able to use his strength to push himself in a manner that would seem like it's flight.
It's not
Okay.
flying.
Extreme
it's
leaping.
falling with
Yeah,
style.
yeah.
I'm into it.
So
Well,
like,
you fly way faster than I do. Why
Yeah.
aren't you flying
Because
us?
he didn't want to.
Yeah,
Eric and
I
I
didn't-
talked about this. He
Yeah.
That's
really
fair.
didn't want to fly.
yeah. So it like basically just grabs King Z and like just kind of like boom through the.
All right. I'm not going to make you roll for that since you're a willing participant.
Yes, I am.
Although I am going
Do I have to roll to-
do an opposed strength check.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just strength?
Mm-hmm.
23.
Yeah, you win. So yeah, you're continuing to hold on the shifting mass of the primordial blackness before time.
I move 1,000 miles an hour, so I probably don't move that fast in this first ever attempt.
Ever see someone with a wind blower in their
Almost
face?
as
Yeah,
fast
I'm
as
imagining
I am.
that.
I know.
But this is like literally like a bullet
up,
being
Jody,
fired.
God.
Yeah, I'm only 120 miles an hour.
Is this the first time this has happened to Chuck?
Yeah,
Okay. How does it feel? What is your experience like?
And how much screaming between the two of us is there?
I don't think they're screaming for me. I think he wants to like push himself out there, but what he ends up doing is push like in an attempt to run, like he just wants to run as fast as he can, and what he ends up doing is literally like realizing as he like takes that first step that he's already like through the foyer and like almost through the glass, and like realizing that he's made it like maybe 100 feet already, and he's barely even started his, like he hasn't even started to consider taking a second step before he's outside already. And
Satisfying.
Did you know he could do that?
No, but again, I think we're gonna have to talk about a raise.
Yeah.
So it is still raining outside, though.
Yeah.
But yes, you are now outside for sure, and Tenebrae is screaming horrible seventh dimension epithets at you.
I sling him back. I get personal. I bring up his mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
And in seventh dimensionese, that is filthy. All right,
I do
Jody,
not.
it's your turn.
It's
Can I, as a movement, fly after?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to take Nicola
I'll
with
take
you? Okay.
Nicola with me.
And Sarah and Regan and Aloysius and Dr. Hill are all in the lobby, kind of huddled in a ball.
Yeah, so I'm just like, hi, dealing with it.
Yeah.
And where, like, about how far have they gotten, and what is in the vicinity?
I'm so bad with distances. And
yeah,
games.
I mean it's I'm not like just
whatever
outside.
you want to do, Jody, you can.
Yeah,
there's shards of glass. There's benches out front. There's tons of shit to throw if you want.
Yeah,
I definitely
There's
punched
film
a
students.
bigger hole.
Yeah, There's tons of students if you want to throw people.
I'm not gonna.
Just
Yeah, throw 'em.
The sonic boom of
None
me
of them are
passing
800 pounds.
broke a lot of stuff.
Children.
Yeah, I'll basically like lift
Yeah,
up some
we've segued from beating
benches
up
and
old
just
people
be.
to college students.
College
There you
students.
go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lift up some benches and yell heads up to the two of them so they can hopefully position him to take the blow and.
All right. What's my dodge on that? What is the second number there?
I imagine I
DC
probably
20.
let go and like skirted away a little bit just because I wasn't expecting it.
Actually, DC 15 to dodge. DC
Oh,
20.
DC 15.
That's okay.
Okay.
Do I have to roll as well?
He does not make it.
Mm.
No. Well, actually, yes, you do, Stephen, because it's just an area. You got to beat a 15.
I rolled a 16. So.
Okay, great. And he does not make it with his negatives. So. Okay. So, as you fling these benches at him and he's starting to disincorporate, there's the faintest crack in the clouds, and this swath of sunlight kind of dramatically crosses the courtyard in front of the Kirby Pavilion, and as it comes across him, it is like the de-resing of a signal, degradation in signal, and he's screaming this unhuman scream that sounds like static and feedback and all these terrible things. And he starts speaking English again, and he's like, that's fine, I'm out of my prison now, but you'll never put me back. And he's gone.
Did
And there's
we win?
a couple of dozen students around you with their cameras out, taking...
That probably looked kind of cool with the.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a tense moment, and it's still raining a little bit, and then they erupt in applause around you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, we knew we were going to be fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dr. Hill and Regan and Sarah and Aloysius come out, and Sarah,
Positive
still very
reinforcement.
frail,
I like it.
but she has an awareness about her now that she didn't a while ago. She comes up to you specifically, and she touches you, and she says, when you did whatever you did, that gave me a moment of clarity that I haven't had in decades. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all of this.
Just take care of yourself.
I'm going to go home and rest. My sister will take me. No old people are dying tonight. Well, at least not in this game. I can't speak for the rest of the world.
Dude.
Sorry, too dark.
Dark.
I'm sorry. Tired.
Wow.
It's okay.
God.
It's been a long week.
Oh, man. Yeah, and
It's
it's Monday.
Monday.
Oy vey.
Uh,
Dr. Hill comes up to you both, and he's like, thank you so much. Dr. King, you have to understand, it wasn't him that was building this. He meant no harm. But what has been undone, you've done a service. And I hope that you were justly rewarded for it.
We don't know what that was. We don't know where it went.
I mean, it said it's free now, so.
if it returns, we will deal with it.
But it's
Yeah.
not trapped down there any longer. At least nobody here is in immediate danger.
Kinsey.
We gotta get back to the lab.
Oh, yes.
Cool.
Can you carry? I think you're faster than I am.
Oh.
Are you going to attempt to jump from Westwood to downtown?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay.
Nope,
yeah.
nope, nope.
I mean, I can literally carry 1,600 tons.
Oh,
so
God.
I could carry all of you.
I mean, I've been dieting.
Well, but
so
you'd
it
have
should be
to-
fine.
You have to
yeah,
arrange
it's like
them.
you could, can
You two under each arm, and I'm kind of like,
Which reminds me, there was a bit in
Hanging
the
onto
first
a
game
foot.
that I wanted to have where you were holding up the train and you bent it.
yeah.
So pretend that happened.
Yeah.
That totally happened.
I mean, I remember that happening.
It totally happened.
that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
And
would
anyone
you-
who says otherwise is lying.
Yeah. What's a reboot? Anyway, sorry. Okay. So are you going to awkwardly carry everybody?
I
or-
would say like you hold them, I guess, and then
Hold.
I grab him and I go,
What?
Oh.
And it's weird because like when we hit our arc and you expect to go down, we kind of stay for a very long time, and then until we get closer to downtown.
So yeah, right around Koreatown is when you start to lose a little bit of altitude.
And if
Yeah.
he needs any help, sort of cushy.
Oh yeah, no, I figured you were kind of.
Yeah, I'll help with that.
You were riding shotgun, as it were.
Yeah, so I can like.
Yeah,
after a
you
certain point, I'm
slow
like,
us down. I haven't
I
figured
can
that part
fly
out.
Yeah, I'll take it from here.
I'm still Man of Steel jumping right now, just like crashing into Antarctica.
Do you let it? Do you share the information that you don't know?
Yeah, it's like I'm like, how do I stop?
You don't know how to stop.
I don't know how to
I'll
stop.
It. I'll stop us. I'll stop us. It's fine. It's fine. So
Well,
yeah.
Nicola could too. You could just pretend. But anyway, so yeah, you land kind of by the target on 7th and Figueroa, near the CPK, and yeah, the Wilshire Grand's just up the street.
Running.
We could probably walk the rest of the way.
If she's running already.
Yeah, so you get to the lobby. You still have that card that Dr. Armstrong gave you at the book signing. You get through. Caduceus is hanging out, leaning against a pillar, checking their phone. They nod as they see you, and there's a slight grin in the corner of their face. And you all, pile in the elevator. You go upstairs. There's a tense moment as the elevator gets to the top floor. There's the telltale ding panel of the doors opening on your face, and Kinsey runs in and throws his arms around you.
I look at his eyes.
He's fine.
Okay.
Dr. Armstrong said that I was brave and stupid.
That's kind of you.
Yeah, I'm on brand.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to worry you. I didn't mean to get in trouble. It won't happen again for a minute, maybe?
I mean, I think I kind of helped save the world, babe. Did we save the world? Like...
Yes, we most definitely did that.
Well, you at least saved UCLA, and this is Dr. Armstrong, of course, flanked by his robots. And, for crosstown rivals, I guess they'll do just fine. Sorry, I went to USC. I'm a Trojan.
I did too. Actually,
Well,
yeah.
I got one of my degrees at USC. Also went to... Well, we'll talk about that later. What happened exactly?
Well, that's kind of what we're hoping to find out from you. There was a creature. It came through.
Yes.
The mirrors.
Dr. Tenebrum.
It called itself Mr. Tenebrae.
Mr. Tenebrae, yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I saw where he came from. It was like a other dimension, and it was like this weird light, but he was all dark, and it's almost kind of more felt it than it was weird.
Fascinating. I would like to explore this in some detail, but
in fact, just here, if you check your here.
Yeah. Do you mind if I download this real quick?
It's on all the sites. You can just check the live feed.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I
gonna
don't-
just take this back.
I don't know if he's gone, because he said he's free now, so...
We might have to deal with him again.
I think you spanked him pretty good. I don't think he's coming back anytime soon, but I will say that just about the time the storm broke, Kinsey woke up. And I can imagine that he, at the very least, is grateful for that. He told me that while he was asleep, he saw visions of other worlds and other places. I told him it sounded like a pretty good dream myself. For all of the science that I've gotten up to in my years, I've never quite gotten into the dimensional travel business, and that's something I'd like to talk to you about, King Z. You did good work. You should be proud of yourselves. I have a bit of an odd proposition for you. Most of my career I've worked on my own, but seeing as I do have a centennial birthday coming up, I figure it's about time to slow down a little bit and get some people to do the field work for me. And wasn't my intention to send you on a test run, but I don't know. I'm looking to bring on a couple of staff members, and if you're interested, I'll look you up on LinkedIn. It's a callback.
I won't work with him if he's doing that. You can use Icarus to find us.
Yes, Icarus.
And I do kind of work for her freelance, though, so, and I don't entirely know what I'm doing, so I don't want to...
Some of my younger members of my administrative staff tell me about these collaborative efforts between like-minded artists who have their own kind of skills, but they work together to create a unique vision of art. What if the Armstrong Foundation and Icarus found a way to work together? We could certainly boost your resources.
That'd be good because we have a very strict non-compete clause.
Oh, it's not competition. I have all the money I'll ever need. So much I don't even need some of it, so I want you to have some of it.
That would be fine.
Will there be health insurance?
Oh, quite. Yes.
Okay, I'm in.
You'll have the
Told
best.
you just have to buy. You have to buy in every quarter.
I am not paid, to my knowledge.
You are paid.
Do freelancers get access to that?
I mean,
Skylar, you'll have the best doctors money can buy.
I pull up on my
Jeez.
BlackBerry. I show him the accounts.
BlackBerry,
where
even.
his money
Wow.
Has been accruing.
Yeah, it's been
for
accruing.
ages.
It's like you have a lot of money.
Fascinating.
So many sick days. Or vacation days, I guess. The sick days, they don't carry over.
No.
By the way, we do get a corporate discount at all of the major theme parks.
What's a theme park?
Zach will tell you all about it.
Huh.
I guess like we saved the world, we're going to Disneyland.
Sounds like a good
Shall
time.
we continue this discussion at the Disneyland?
I could use a Dole Whip. Why
That's
not?
what I was gonna say. Let's do it.
It's on me. Robots, shut it down for the night. Yes, sir, Dr. Armstrong. And as the sun sets on Los Angeles and we see the light reflecting on the windows of the Wilshire Grand Plaza, our heroes depart for
For Disneyland.
for Disneyland, for Anaheim. What am I trying to say here? Yeah, anyway.
Dole Whip.
Dole Whip.
Dole Whip.
Dole Whip.
Oh, so good right until the end. And that is where we will end this.
Woo! That's awesome.
That was very great. I'm very happy. Dom, what do we need to do now for the dice? Do we do anything?
Who won?
I'm starting.
Okay.
I'm finishing.
Great. Well, while Dom's doing that, why don't we go around the table, tell people where they can find you, what you're up to, what your favorite book is, what's your sign, anything you want to say. Steven, go first.
Hi, my name's Stephen Pope. My favorite book is House of Leaves, and you can find me online at StephenJPope22. Also, make sure to check me out on Uncanny Valley.
Orange County. God damn it.
Orange County. There we go. I don't know what that's about.
I was going to say the Orange Curtain. Sorry, go on.
Uncanny Valley Cancer Cell has recently released its 30th episode, which is actually a great starting point because it is the beginning of our second arc. So check it out, download it. It's anywhere you can get a podcast.
So Stitcher, iTunes,
Yes.
everything? Awesome.
Yes.
Cool. Jennifer.
I am Jen Kretchmer. You can find me mostly on Twitter at DreamWisp, Instagram as well, and on Twitch as DreamWispJen. And on Wednesdays from 2 to 4 Pacific, you can find me on D&D Beyond's Heroes of the Veil, playing a very different character. And this was so much fun. Thank you so much for
It
an
means a lot that
awesome
you were here.
campaign.
And you're a very versatile actor and player, so
Thank
everybody at this table is a champ, and I very much appreciate you being here. So speaking of champs,
Hi, I'm Jody Houser. You can find me on Twitter at Jody_Houser and on Instagram at MindEclipse and in comic shops. And coming out this week is Star Wars Age of Republic Anakin, which features Anakin during sort of the Clone Wars era, and also Doctor Who, the 13th Doctor #4, which wraps up our first story arc with the 13th Doctor and her friends.
Yay! Mr. Reichert.
Hi, you can find me here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. for Iron Keep Chronicles.
We'll get to that in a sec, but go on.
And you can always check me out on the social medias at Mostly Shit, or my own personal Twitch channel, Mostly Eric, where I stream variety games all the time.
I love it. Love it so much. And I'm Michael Holmes. You can find me on Instagram at Michael R. Holmes. If you happen to be in the greater Los Angeles area and you are looking for something to do on Saturday night at 11 p.m. as of this recording, you can come to Serial Killers at the Sacred Fools Theater at the Broadwater on Santa Monica and Vine for episode 2 of my piece, The Shitty Poltergeist.
So awesome.
So, Dom, what do we need to do now?
I'm waiting for someone who's actually in chat right now.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So let's vamp.
You don't have to vamp.
Okay,
No vamping.
no vamping.
No vamps.
No vamping.
No vampires.
Six.
Let's all give Michael a round of applause. for
Yes,
our awesome
Michael, thank
games.
you
So fun.
very
Sorry.
much. This was fantastic. I
Yeah.
missed having I missed superheroes on saving throw, so
This
Thank
has been
you.
a fun experience. Mutants
Yes.
Masterminds is a system I've been wanting to run for a really, really long time. I'm glad you and Steven and I got to do the Halloween episode a couple years back.
yes.
Justice League Dark.
Justice League Dark, where
I was
Jennifer was John Constantine, which was very
I
exciting.
had an
She
affair
had
with
the
a house.
You
You did, and you had the jacket. It was
I
great.
did.
It was my first time playing with any of you.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, sorry, speaking of Iron Keep Chronicles, going back a minute or so ago, we do have more programming coming up this week on Saving Throw. So Wednesday night on the official Tuesday night. God damn it. I can't see the days.
It's been a
Tuesday
long
night
week this Monday.
on the official Paizo channel, we've got Deepwater Deep, which is our Starfinder game. So if you want a little sci-fi fantasy action, you can't do much better than Deepwater Deep. Then on Wednesday night, we've got the Iron Keep Chronicles, the Rod of 7 parts, right? GM'd by Tom Lommel, co-starring Eric Reichert and a bunch of luminaries. On Friday, we have Wild Cards, East Texas University, which is a modern extension of the long-running Savage Worlds campaign run by Jordan Caves-Kellerman, starring Dom and Megan and Gaurav and Jordan, the other Jordan. And what was that?
Jordan P.
Jordan P. And if you want to see other programming from Saving Throw, you can check it out on YouTube or on VOD on Twitch. And your support means the world to us. So thank you so much for coming out over the past 3 weeks. If you've stuck with us throughout this whole mini campaign to see how the shadows of the Mirror Men came to pass.
Yeah. It was cool.
Very cool.
So fun.
Yeah.
You got a winner yet?
No winning.
We won at polls. They're not here.
Uh,
That's why you have to be in chat.
Mhm.
Hang out in chat.
We said that at the beginning.
As
Be
long
in
as we're-
chat. Be in America.
As long as we're plugging things, if you want to go way back to the Obama administration when there was still hope in the world, I did run a pretty long-standing Mask, a New Generation campaign here with Michael.
Yeah.
And several other Saving Throw regulars. So check
Including
that out
Jordan
on
P.
YouTube. Including Jordan P.
I was in one episode of that.
Yes, you
You were a weird robot thing.
I was
No, he
an
was an
alien.
alien.
I was
Yeah.
an alien who was actually made up of other smaller creatures that formed one sentient creature.
Yes.
And all my technology was based on sort of nano machines that linked together to build anything I wanted.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
And I
Mask
was
is
a
great.
superpowered teenage version of my wife, basically, is what it was.
Nice. Actually, anyone Doctor Who fans, if you're going to be at Gallifrey 1, which
Oh,
is
yeah, Galley's
not
coming
this
up.
coming weekend, but the following weekend, I'll be there. I'm going to be on like 30 panels. I'm going to have a table,
That's
so
a lot of panels.
come by and say, there's a lot of panels. There's one day I'm on like 6 panels, I think.
Oh.
So
And that's
When do
the
you
same
see-
weekend as OrcCon, right? Or Strategicon?
Strategicon.
It's Orcon, I think.
Orcon?
Strategicon is like the over.
But OrcCon is this event.
Orcon is the
So
Okay.
if you're in the LAX area that weekend, you're
and
going to
you're
have
not
a
in
lot
Galley
to
'cause you
do.
couldn't get tickets because they sell out really fast.
Exactly.
And Orcon is tabletop gaming,
Yep.
war games.
Exactly. Some
all
of
that
the
stuff.
friends of Saving Throw will be there running games or just hanging out.
And maybe I'll try to sneak over.
And maybe Jody will try to sneak
and
over.
be there if I can.
And
I'll be calling about.
Depend on the week.
3 weeks. 3 weeks. The 21st to the 24th, if you're in the Denver area, a bunch of us Saving Throw people will be at GenghisCon in Denver. It's going to be cold.
That's the best name for a convention I've
Genghis
ever heard.
Khan.
Yeah, I got to buy better shoes. It's going to be cold.
Yes,
Yeah.
you
There's
do.
also a Kubla Khan.
There is a Kubla Khan,
Oh,
yes.
that's
But there's not a Wrath of Khan
I
that
was
I'm
just
aware
I
of.
was
No,
just
there
gonna
is.
ask
Well,
that.
that was
There is?
they used to be a party at Comic Con.
There you
Oh,
go.
is it Wrath of Khan? Okay. Fair enough. So we do have a winner.
Yay!
What's more, I'm super excited who the winner is because longtime friend of Saving Throw, DJ Regular, is the winner tonight. You earned those dice, sir. Thank you so much for
Fantastic.
your support. Also, you have excellent taste in music, so
You do.
thank you for that. And I guess with that, we
Thank
can
you to Dice
call it a
Envy
night.
for
Yeah, thank you to
supplying
Dice
us.
Envy.
Thank you,
Oh my
Dice
god,
Envy.
thank you so much.
Helping us celebrate for the end of the show.
There you go.
Yeah, super
And-
cool.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, so let's wave bye-bye. Wish everybody a good week.
Have a great week.
Bye.
Take care, be well, everybody.